Hello, good evening, and welcome along to the very first episode of the Treasure Rats, where I had everything prepped and have accidentally muted all my players. And they're here. Hello, hello. Welcome along. Today I have the grand pleasure of playing with Jodai.
Yes, I am Jedi Master, and I will be playing Bellows, a Steam Genasi Barbarian.
I'm really sorry. Give me a second. Should we try that again? Today I have playing with me, Jodai.
Hi, I am still in this alternate universe Jedi Master, and today I will be playing Bellows, a Steam Genasi Barbarian.
And more importantly, we can hear you.
Excellent.
I also have Rico.
Hi, I'm Rico. I'll be playing Elmore, the skeleton bard, rogue bard. We'll call him a brogue for now.
He's a brogue. And your race? Oh, sorry, you said skeleton, didn't you? Sorry, my apologies. I have Josh.
I'm Josh. Today I will be playing Felix, who is a Reborn Tiefling Sorcerer.
That he is. And I have Miago. Miago.
Hey,
I'm going to get that right.
Miago's Prime. And today I am playing Arcorivos. He is a Mind Flayer. And he is a wizard and an artificer.
Beautiful. Spoiler alert, he has an accent. So, we pick up in the wonderful world of Xandros. And we pick up 300 years beyond the event known as the Sundering. You may ask, what is the Sundering? Well, 312 years ago to be exact. There was an argument between mages and priests, between gods of all backgrounds. And in fact, it was Tyr who took the sword and raised it against Mystra and smote the world. Wishing to protect the world, with no real interest for anything else, Lathander raised his shield and blocked the blow. Unfortunately, what this did was deflect the blow outwards, and instead of breaking one world, the realms were fractured forever. Shattering the boundaries and borders that lay between the realms and planes, it resounded through every plane of existence. Fragments of all of these planes came into existence simultaneously upon the world of Xandros. And it was down to Au, the Allfather, the god of gods, the dragon god of gods, to attempt to reshape the world into one that would function. As such, what we have is the world of Xandros, where various planes of existence segment into the world. You might walk across a small part of the plane of fire, or perhaps even the Abyss, which both the Abyss and the Nine Hells show themselves as one single crevice all the way across the border of the Earth. Xandros is still a somewhat dangerous place, though not as much as it was 300 years ago when there were only a few bastions of hope left in the world, and these bastions of hope began to group together and build walls, and they fled from the wilderness that was around, trying to build themselves a city that was the last vestige of humanity that would make sense. Over time, technology took over from magic as the way to protect themselves from the outside world, and cities were born into existence. 12, in fact. We still have scavenger townships in between, where people make an existence in the wilderness that is both dangerous and difficult all the time. But nowadays, we have some beautiful cities with some fantastic technology. And one of those such cities is Orenis. Orenis is a city that's built up from the very, very bottom of the ground, all the way into the skies. The main function of Orenis is it works as an airship port nowadays, but beneath that is a bustling city of various different races, a hodgepodge of humanity, where the fine, rich, and wonderful live in absolute luxury, and where those who don't have two coppers to rub together live in relative poverty, though some comfort, slumming it away down by the factory levels. And it's in Orenis that our campaign begins. And so, I come first to Miago. Where are you? And what are you doing?
He's in a not great inn. Not a great part of town. Somewhere where one might, commit crimes and others might kind of look the other way. And he is just finishing his ritual casting of Summon a Guy.
Indeed. And what kind of guy appears?
A commoner of your choice. However, I'm going to immediately drop concentration so he starts having a panic attack.
Okay. You do so.
A panicking commoner appears before me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and as he does so, I will kind of he'll get down onto his level, and kind of look him in the eyes and be like, "Good morning. This is no reason for concern. This is a joyous thing. May I know your name, sir?"
Cedric!
"Cedric. This is a good name. Cedric, do you know why you are here today?"
No, I don't know why I'm here.
"Cedric, you are much more than you appear. Cedric, the ritual that I have finished summons the hero of ages. You are a grand and important individual, Cedric, and we must bring you to the Well of Ascension. Do you understand anything that I am saying to you?"
No, just get me out of this place.
"I know, it is very confusing, and I understand why you are scared, but you must be brave for the sake of all people on this earth. This,"
I
and
don't
will
want to be
hand
brave.
him
I just want to go
an
home.
ornate, gaudy, short sword. "This is your sword. The sword of the hero of ages. It is named Hamdringal. Now, can you hear it when you place your hand upon its hilt?" And does he?
He sort of panics, but puts one finger out, like,
All
just puts it on the
so
hilt,
I'm going to
shaking.
telepathically speak to him. "Oh my! It is you, the hero of ages. I am so delighted to finally be able to save humanity with you. Now,
You hear his mind just go, I don't want to save humanity, I just want to save me.
oh Cedric, this is very important. You must not shirk from your duty. There are many who will support you. We will keep you safe, and we will lend you our strength. You must be brave. I implore you, stand tall, straighten your spine, sir. All of us depend on you."
My mic is muted. Okay.
Good. And kind of, straighten his collar and like, okay.
He begins to sob.
This is not what we need from you, Cedric. We need you to be brave.
I don't want
We
to be
need you
needed.
to. Fuck. I'm running out of time. And I'm going to attack him with my tentacles in an attempt to eat his brain.
Great. I do not need an attack from you. He is scared and standing very still. As you latch your tentacles on.
And I will consume his brain.
Just
as
before
his,
you reach consumption level, he looks at you and goes, "What happened to saving humanity?"
You should have been brave, Cedric.
Oh shit. Please, Miego, describe your character. I mean, more, obviously that tells us what they are, who they are, but give us a little bit of, the boring details. What does he look like?
He's very tall and lanky, as is the nature of illithid kind. His milky white eyes kind of sit in his kind of weird octopus-shaped head. It's kind of a bluish green. He wears kind of brown, almost monk-like robes under his splint mail, and he has a shield set to the side. He has an elaborate stein with like a little flip lid that has little gears and levers and all these little crystalline elements to it. It seems to glow with just a very faint green light. And otherwise, he has his backpack ready to go, and a little messenger bag across so he can quickly access his spell components and his tinkering things. And otherwise, looks like a mind flayer. I'm not sure how else we.
No, that was a
describe-
very apt
Four
description.
tentacles, very long, lanky.
Okay. Shortly after consuming brains, the small medallion that you wear, I don't know, where would you wear a medallion? Around your neck, or do you have it perhaps around your wrist? Or
I
does
could
need
have
to
it in my
touch
messenger
skin.
bag. Oh, it has to touch skin. Oh,
But
you
if
can
you-
have it around his
Yeah,
neck.
okay. You just sort of feel this warm pulsing, and you hear,
Yes.
Arcane, we'll be ready to fly in 4 hours.
Ah,
Do get
good
down here on
morning,
time.
Captain. As always.
We have a wonderful quest from Governor Galforus, no less.
Oh, I am excited. Thank you, Captain.
No problem. See you soon. And with that, as you begin to
Bye,
make
Cedric.
your readies, and Cedric lies brainless upon the ground, I'm sure that... What exactly? Does he just vanish after an hour? Like,
I think so.
okay, cool. We should hope so, because otherwise the tavern's going to charge you a tad extra.
Well, that's why I picked a not good place.
Yeah, but regardless, as you make your readies to head on down to the Scarlet Rose, I move over to Joe. Joe, where are you and what are you doing?
Yeah. So,
Oh, you're in Arenas.
as I take it that Arenas has multiple walls to it.
Many,
so
and
some-
many levels. Bridges.
Somewhere out close to the edge of the farthest outer walls, but still in a very tall building where around the top you would see airship stuff, and just beneath that perhaps areas that are sort of machine shops and things for taking care of the airships and all that. But then, like, down farther into clearly where it is residential, you would just see, I imagine, us sort of coming in from the outside and just sort of like a little kind of sort of landing balcony thing. Nothing fancy. totally
Ironically,
shitty,
if we were standing on the platform just above this picture, looking the opposite direction, we'd be exactly where you described. Which is
excellent.
up and backwards.
So you see this just sort of opening, right, to what you can tell just from the makeup of the building is just like a shitty little apartment, and other people sort of going about their lives in other apartments. But out of this hole, there is just whooshing and banging and yelling and little blasts of light and sort of gusts of flame and smoke bursting out of the building while everyone else around is trying to go about their business. And I assume perhaps annoyed. And yeah, there's really not. So if you sort of zoom in, Bellows is in there, just working away on something that you can't really tell what it is. Sort of trying to combine some flame and some air to get enough heat in his little apartment to actually melt metals and work on something, and having a hell of a time of it.
And how does Bellows look as we look at him?
Yes, so he is very light blue skinned, as you would think of a typical Air Genasi, but he is he's bulky. He's kind of squat and stocky, and this huge sort of. It almost looks like, so he's got sort of a kind of like a long captain's coat sort of thing, right? Deep red with gold trim and buttons and all that, but it's sleeveless. And underneath that, a sort of inner vest, and all that is buttoned and buckled, and there's straps to a bag and all this stuff, and it's kind of hard to tell looking at him whether those straps are holding stuff on that he's carrying, or whether all of that is somehow necessary to just contain him, because it seems like he is sort of like pressurized at all times. He has just, there may be actual hair in there, it's hard to tell looking at him, but there's just a continuous waft of white steam. He's really, if you look closely at his features, you would see that he's really only like in his early 30s, but he looks very old to most eyes because everything is white. So he's got this white steam hair, and he doesn't even really have a beard, but it looks like he has a beard. Is that a beard, or is he just constantly breathing as though it's winter and just has this sort of mist around his face at all times? Yeah, as people begin to perhaps complain from nearby apartments, and he's not getting anywhere, he just sort of shouts them down, bangs on the wall, and just sort of goes, "If I had wanted to avoid excitement and you had wanted to avoid noise, you should have gone with my parents and meditated in a rock garden somewhere." And then he will step out of the balcony, leaving his problems behind, and just jump off the side of the building, casting Featherfall as he gets
Thank you.
near
That's
the
what I was
place
looking
to
for.
land. Yes.
Yep. So you're landing at the very base of the city. Anywhere in particular you're headed to? dropping down there?
No, just away from whatever people were yelling at.
Right. Okay, as you sort of land down, you see an old fellow who was sort of sat on the ground. You gotta remember, at the base of the city, it's just sort of like dirt track. There's not like concrete or cobbles. He sits on a dirt track, leaning back against a heavy metal-sided building. What's up with you, and goodness gracious, it's a landing, lad. Well, who the hell are you? And he looks sort of just over your right shoulder. You see, he's drunk as pissed as a newt, as they might say, and rightly so. You know, he's got a sort of sagging right cheek. One shoulder is higher than the other. He's wearing not much of anything in terms of rags, and he leans against a factory wall. Clearly, this is his home. And just as you go to reply, you feel a warmth on the medallion that is around your neck. Also, I assume.
Sure, yeah.
You just hear bellows, bellows.
What do you want?
Good morning. Sorry to interrupt you. 4 hours. We're taking off. Got a wonderful job for the governor, Cal, for us. I assume you'll be joining us. The rest of the crew are.
Well, now that's a delightful thing to want. I'll be there.
Excellent. See you soon. You've just buggered yourself by being as far away from an airship as possible by jumping to the very lowest level of the city. So you've got some stairs to climb, son. And off you may.
No problem.
Unless you're just gonna jump back up. I don't know if you have a flying ability.
No.
Okay. Nope. No flying ability. He's taking the stairs.
He does not think about what he's leaving behind. That's his whole deal.
Good. That's brilliant. And so as you head on to the city, I turn to Josh. Josh, where are you and what are you doing?
So Felix is probably just in a local tavern that, has a lot of regulars and is a very comfortable place for a lot of people. And he's probably stood at the bar, and he's about to order, and then he turns to say, Frederick? Frederick? Huh. He's gone. Okay.
Am I meant to know who Frederick is, by the way?
Yeah, he's the guy that Miego just ate.
Oh, that was Cedric.
Sorry, Cedric.
Fantastic. Frederick was his poor brother. No, he just vanished out of nowhere and arrived in this room. Huh. And the bartender looks over at you. Sorry, sir, were you ready to order?
Yeah, I guess.
You see
for
that
me.
he's got a monocle on, in the fashion of the place here, as large seeming iron kettles are sort of hanging from the ceiling, holding various brews and beverages, and he tilts them into long glasses, long cups made of metal, and hands them to you. Various things are sort of brewing and steaming behind him, and the majority of the tavern seem to be drinking from one particularly large glass bottle with a sort of crank tap on the front that is sort of dark golden nectar. You can assume it's some kind of perhaps bourbon whiskey or dark rum or something. You're not really sure, but it's sure as hell it's strong, and it's kind of got some sweetness to it somewhere. And he could have asked you what you want and then completely ignores anything you say, pours you a glass from there and hands it over the bar. He charges you a copper piece, sorry. We don't have shards in this campaign. And you may continue about your merry way.
Yeah, I'll take the copper shard out and with 2 fingers place it on the bar and slide it over. Yeah. And then I'll just kind of turn around and lean my back against the tavern and take a sip and just look out. Kind of just enjoying the calm. And yeah, just kind of dreading the next time he has to go out.
Okay, and how does Felix look?
So
wearing
Felix
today, for example,
is a lavender, lilac-y, light purple, whatever word you want to call tiefling with 2 horns that go from his temples out, with curly, moppy, dark purple hair. He has a thin, long tail with an arrow point, and he wears this kind of blousey red top that is then covered in a corset. with some loose material wrapped around his waist and tied. And then he's got some dark purple pants that are tucked into boots that have a bit of a heel. His whole ensemble is red with gold accents, and he wears a gold necklace, and the pendant is in the shape of an eye.
Okay. And where does he wear his medallion with the ship's emblem upon it?
He has the chain wrapped around his hand.
Yeah, I thought so. Around his wrist. Yep.
Yeah, he doesn't carry it around all the time, just when he's not with the crew, obviously.
Of course.
Yeah.
And through that you hear this very excited voice. Felix! Felix! I found it! You did say underwater cave, right?
I mean...
Sorry, underground lake. Underground lake, right?
Yeah, I guess I did mention that.
Well, that's where we're headed. 4 hours. Snappy.
Now?
4 hours to get on the ship. Yep. Come on now.
I don't know if I'm, I know
You'll
I
be
told you
here,
about it,
or you'll be damned.
but I don't know if I'm ready for this.
You'll be here or you'll be damned. Come on, whole crew's coming. 4 hours. Be here or I'll send somebody to drag you in myself. Do I need to send yacht?
No, I'll like not throw, but kind of like slide my tankard across the bar, and flick another copper piece, because the place is nice. And I'll start heading out the door, kind of like running my hand through my hair with a bit of a panicked look. Like, he's talked about this moment of wanting to find this place, and now it's like, I don't actually think I've prepared myself to actually go to this place.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So, at this moment, as you three are headed over, we turn to the ship. And as we're up in the... Ooh, where's the resolution gone to shit? There we go. Let me just... Over there. We can go down there somewhere. As we come to the front of the ship, on the top deck, Rico, please describe your character and tell me where they're at.
So Elmore is a skeleton, but not maybe your typical skeleton out of a fantasy RPG. He's a bit of a dandy. He's wearing some quite fine clothing. He's got a nice white shirt with frills and a nice blue ascot with a pin in the middle. He wears like magenta pants embroidered with flowers, and he's got sort of this like black militaristic looking jacket sort of draped over his shoulders, and a hat sort of pulled low over his head as he's sort of leaning back on the deck of the ship, just noodling on his instrument.
Nice. And as he noodles away, slowly sort of sidling up to you, is a female. She sort of sidles up to the front, and you've met her plenty of times before. It's Cleo.
I'll just be like, "Oh, Captain."
Oh, Rico. Sorry, no, she won't say that. She'll say, "Oh, Elmore." It's one thing you didn't give me. How's his name? My brain just farted. She looks at you.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
Well, it would seem we're heading off in about 4 hours. I don't know if you've got anything to do in the city beforehand, but we have a quest, I believe, a mission, a journey.
A quest, you say?
Well, yes. Governor Calfrus has asked us. Well, it's twofold, really. First of all, we're going to be heading to a place called Clearwater Cave. I'll wait till everybody's on board before I give you the full briefing, but it seems that that's a good place to be heading out to, and we'll be taking a couple of passengers. They should be here relatively shortly, perhaps the next 3 or 4 hours. And, well, they don't want to be kept waiting, so I've called your crewmates, and hopefully they'll be here fairly soon.
Passengers, Captain.
Aye, an archivist from the Enclave, and his preservation cleric protector.
I hope we're getting paid double time for this.
Well, we're being paid both for escorting the archivist and for investigating the cave. One is sort of hinging on success, but the other we are paid regardless, so it's looking like a pretty good trip.
Well, what's this archivist got to do with anything?
Well, as I said, I'll brief everybody when they're all here. I'm sure he'll have things to tell you himself. No point repeating myself. We'll wait for the whole crew to get here.
Well, he better be capable, him and his companion, too.
They've got money, if not talent. Sometimes
I'll
one
take
is
that.
as good as the other. And with that, she sort of...
nod.
Yeah, go.
I understand he'll sort of nod and go back to just like noodling.
Mm-hmm.
I've
And
lost
she
that.
sort of leaves you to it. And I just wonder with Elmore, perhaps you might describe what he's noodling on. As a
yes.
simple
So-
guitar.
Yes, Elmore has a guitar in his hands, but it's no simple guitar. It looks something similar to this, except instead of this silver block thing, there's like a speaker, a circular speaker,
Mm-hmm.
where basically the sound of his guitar is emanating from. And you notice that while the body of the guitar is sort of this lighter pine-looking wood, the neck is much darker, almost resembles the stock of a gun. And if one paid attention a little closer, they noticed sort of the end of a barrel sort of sticking out, extending beyond the headstock of the guitar.
Fantastic. And as you sit there and continue to noodle, eventually crewmates turn up. You may now grab hold of your characters should you wish and lob them on the top deck where everybody's going to arrive. Here, Cleo calls you all down to to the deck to the rear where Yacht is currently steering. And as you all get there, I think we're just missing Bellows. Yes. So Cleo's over here next to Yacht, and she sort of looks over at you all, and well, it seems we have a quest. No, that must be our guests. And with that, you see two people come over. The first is a gentleman. I need to edit this. There we go. 1, 2. The first is a gentleman who appears to be in his sort of mid to late 50s. And he wears a pair of spectacles and carries a book at his side. And he sort of puffs on his pipe and looks over at you and, good day, good day. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. The name's Noxilian, archivist for the Enclave. This here is Brancus. This is my protector and my friend. And with that, he introduces a gentleman whose shield precedes him. As he stands with this huge shield with a big key on the back of it, the mark of the Enclave, the key to the future. He also looks to be in his mid-50s, late 50s, and as you look at them both, you realise that perhaps they have some elvish blood to them. But they're not fully elvish. And Noxilian looks at you and, whom do I have the pleasure of meeting? And he'll sort of look at the four of you.
Guten Morgen. I am Arkurivos, and I was a professor of the college at the Southern Academia's Technical School, the School of Psionics, Artifice, Brain Extraction, and Erotic Pottery. I am very pleased to meet you.
Erotic pottery, you say? Fascinating.
Oh yes, but you see, illithid biology being as we are, we do not engage in anything truly sexual, so it is very tasteful, I think you will find.
I'm not sure whether to be disappointed or
But very
excited.
thought-provoking.
Interesting. At the Enclave, I studied geology and movement of rocks. At which point, a half-orc sort of... a full orc, I think. Is he a full orc? Perhaps. Yes, a full orc sort of turns around to you all off the... as he's holding the steering wheel of the ship. Looks up and... Load of rubbish to me. Rock's a rock. And that's all he says. Noxilian looks back at him. Well, that's not true. That's just simply not true. The movements of the Earth are very important. Volcanic activity and... Well, and then he looks over at Bellows and... Genasi should be able to tell you quite how important the rocks are. He hopes.
The rocks. Yes, the rocks. Ask my parents. If you want to know about the air, the fire, the water, I'm your man.
But not the rocks.
Well, I suppose we'll have to see. Maybe if you've brought us an exciting enough journey, we'll find out a little bit more about the rocks.
Well, most interesting. Well, perhaps we'll find out about rocks on our mission. And as he says this, sort of little robot that sort of has a sort of saw hand and a hammer hand is trying to balance a tray neatly upon the two. And sort of as he gets close, there's a little scroll on it with 2 glasses of what appear to be chilled wine. And he sort of stumbles and just falls forward. And, oh, gracious, no! Oh dear. I seem to have fallen. And with this, he sort of makes this rocking motion as he slowly builds up momentum and eventually rocks back up to his feet. And looks over at the gentleman who's currently wearing the glass of wine he brought. And he sort of motions with his hammer and picks up the scroll and hands it to Cleo. And I'm ever so sorry. I'll get some more drinks. And he looks over at you all and... Oh, everybody's here. Oh, how embarrassing. I better be going. And with that, he sort of wheels himself back over. And S3 Fix-It, or Sephi as he's more affectionately known, will wander down. At this point, Naxilian sort of turns to Cleo and... Goodness me, that robot is a little faulty, you know? She looks at him. Excuse me? Sephi is extremely willing to help. He may be a little clumsy, but... Well, he's been programmed recently in mechanics and repairs. I think I've been ripped off, as he's also become a tad clumsy, but he's been my family butler since my grandfather's time. I'll test it if you show Sephi much respect as possible. Maxinian sort of looks over and, well, this, the large elf, Branka sort of looks over and, I don't like robots. He looks briefly over to Elle and, who are you?
The name's Elmo King, master troubadour and resident rogue. Pay no mind to the robot. He's about as useful as one of those rocks your master speaks of.
At least my master can do something with rocks.
Fair enough, friend.
Yacht looks over and... I like surf.
That you do, yeah.
And at this point, the final person who is important turns up on deck. And Brandy sort of steps out. And in her typical way, she sort of no hesitation just looks over and... Where we going, Cap? And with that, the Cleo turns to you and begins to tell you. Well, you see, we've been sent to a place called Clearwater Cave. And Clearwater Cave is rumoured to have some very beautiful underground lake in the very bottom. Please tell me that's just popped up on your screen. Yes? Great, because I'm not going to repeat this. Governor Calforus has asked us to investigate Clearwater Cave. He's received information from the Enclave themselves, courtesy of our friend Naxilian here, in fact, that there's a chance that the cave's fabled lake is being kept clear by magical means, perhaps even means that could be removed. Whilst it might be a shame to despoil the natural environment, Calforus believes the results could change water purification for a Renus on a grand scale. And if that's the case, apparently it's well worth the risk. Your cut will be 200 gold pieces each, Brandy also be 500. And after the mission to Clearwater Cave, we must take along Naxilian for that. We must stop in Mecania to deliver a package to the Renus Council. Naxilian and Brankus here will be alighting in Mecania, although I am informed that Naxilian would like to check out the rock formations in a rumoured lava cave within the Clearwater Cave. And at this point, Naxilian turns and, well, yes, apparently there is deep lava and in a pit underneath the water that bubbles up in steamy patterns. It makes the water quite delicious to bathe in, and it also may be keeping it clean. Also, the movement of the lava beneath the... At this point, Cleo just... well, yes, be that as it may, I'm sure you can tell us on the way. Nevertheless, you're cut for delivering the gentleman here and his protector is 250 gold pieces each. Provided they survive the cave, I will be entrusting that to you. But what is of most interest is that, well, as you all know, Felix has been talking about this underwater lake for quite some time. Well, I believe this might be it. The subject of his visions.
I don't know about these visions.
Clairessence is a psionic discipline with which I have very little familiarity.
Felix is kind of like looking out on the edge of the ship, like to the sea. And he's kind of like just focusing on his breathing. He's a bit panicky at the moment, especially with everyone talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
He's just kind of like trying to calm his nerves down.
Yep, and joining you at your side is Nabrak. And he looks over at you and... is it, are we going? I thought we were going earlier. Are you okay? You look a little troubled, no?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. We should be going soon.
It is my professional opinion as a scientist and inventor that you are lying to me. But that is okay. You keep your secrets to yourself. I don't mind. But surely you must be excited. You have been seeing this thing over and over again. Maybe perhaps we actually get to find out what it's all about, no?
Yeah, excited. This should, it could answer a lot of questions.
That indeed.
Yes.
If we survive. I, for one, am hoping to be involved in the process of making this water token or whatever it is actually into something useful and exciting. You know, it could be very wonderful. Or it could be nothing, I guess. Well, what was she saying anyway? Oh, my goodness! And as he says this, the ship begins to sort of... and begins to move. The moment we are currently over Arenas. As you know, at Clearwater Cave is... a fair journey. In fact, it is almost the whole way back to... oh, that's a little loud, sorry. It's almost the whole way back to Arcaravos' homeland. And at this moment, I will hand you a pin and show you where we're going. We are going here. Nope, not there. There. This is where Clearwater Cave is. And as the ship sort of fires up, you feel the thrumming that is so familiar to all of you as the electrical sphere around the ship begins to charge a little bit. And slowly the sort of fans at the bottom begin to crank and whine, and you hear this noise. Sort of begins to get going. And after a few moments, slowly the ship begins to rise up out of its sort of port moment. It's secured up in the air already, so that when what is about to happen happens, no people get hurt. You hear a shout on the dock saying, "All clear of the Scarlet Rose! All clear of the Scarlet Rose!" And suddenly you hear as the ship sort of launches forwards, throwing some of you back a little bit, but you're already holding onto the rail. You see S3 fix it on his side, just sliding across the deck, as sort of Brandy sticks out a foot and just sort of kicks him to stop him from going over the rail. As you notice that Maxillian seems a little shaken by this, though his elven protector has sort of got a sturdy hand around him, is holding him in place. As the ship begins to launch into action, how do we all feel about flying? And how do we feel about where we're going and what we're doing?
Arcorivos is, he's pretty excited. He's very comfortable in the air, because he always makes sure that he has Featherfall prepared, in case he falls. But otherwise, he knows how everything works from his background as in artifice, that he's comfortable and he's confident in the technology and that it will continue to work. And he's just so happy to be out in the world and no longer cloistered at the academy.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Indeed. How's Felix?
Felix is fine. I mean, he's only ever known a world with technology and airships and travel. So he's fine. I think, if anything, the nerves and the motion of the boat might make him a bit airsick. So I think, he's very like in his head at the moment. He's just like, if anything, doesn't want to go, even though he knows he needs to. Is that kind of anxiety?
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Very much makes sense. It won't be long before the ship sort of rocks up towards the crevice. And as we reach the crevice, I sort of turn to Bellows and wonder, how is he doing as we come to this sort of fabled crossing, which tends to be a little rocky and cloudy.
Yeah, he's very happy to be on the move. He's almost a little bit like a dog. So where the sort of lightning ring goes around the ship, he's sort of adjacent to that on the deck and kind of almost leaning out a little too dangerously, kind of towards the lightning, but certainly into the wind. He probably appears almost bald and clean shaven for the moment as he lets the wind blow his steaminess away. And is pretty excited about all that, but would probably at some point yell over to Felix and just be like, "Felix, are you worried about this because you see some sort of danger?"
I just kind of yell back, "No,
Too bad." And he stops listening. Walks to another part of the ship.
Fantastic. At this point, the ship approaches the crevice. And although you would expect to be able to look down and see... No, not here. There's big black clouds billowing up into the sky, and at this point you're sort of rocked by a massive crack of lightning. Which I'm hoping is not going to deafen us. No, it didn't. Fantastic. Success. Practicing these things, you know. And sort of at this moment... things start to get a little rocky. The ship starts to sort of tilt from side to side as James desperately tries to work out which page we're on. You sort of... There's this crack of lightning and you see Cleo sort of standing at the front of the ship, her hands raised to the sky, and blue lights sort of wreathing out from her hands. She almost seems to grip lightning bolts herself. And she sort of pulls them in. You see the ship begin to gather speed as we sort of rock through these dark black clouds. And as you sort of tilt all the way to the left at one point and she sort of rights it again, you see this sort of... She's also channeling the power of a ring as a small air elemental gets to the back of the ship and starts holding it in place. Well, you've passed through the crevice before, but it's always exciting. How are you feeling?
El is super hyped right now. Probably, I would imagine the entire time, like, since they took off, he was just, like, sort of playing, like, a chugging sort of, like, tune as they're, like, going. And then as soon as they hit, like, the thunder crack, it's just like, oh, yeah!
As this sort of... You've got the guitar coming on from the end and it's loud. Like, that guitar is not taking the piss. It might be at the front of the ship in these winds, but you can all hear it plenty clearly. You can also hear sort of Brandy, who's crashing about with kitchen tools, sort of prepping up some food, and she's singing a little bit along to the guitar. As she, as a sort of yacht is calling out a sort of cloud left, bird right. Little kind of abstract things that may or may not matter in the slightest, but he's sort of almost like he can't take it in if he doesn't say it out loud. Right? And, you just hear this sort of deep bellowing shout as, "Entering the clouds!" And you all begin to feel a little wet as the rain starts cascading down upon you all. Again, apologies if we all get deafened. Sort of the rain sort of comes in and you're all getting drenched on the top ship. But a lot of people, like, you may have gone below decks, I'm not sure, but most of the crew are up on the top living for this as the rain sort of lashes down upon them and Yacht turns around to you all and, "I feel alive!" Maxillian is desperately trying to lift the hatch to get underneath. Sorry, Felix, you said?
I was going to say Felix would have, like, gone under.
Okay. Eventually the cleric sort of wanders over. You see him shaking his head at his sort of partner's lack of excitement. And just gently lifts the hatch, picks up Naxilium, drops him down there, shuts it behind him, and walks back up to the front of the ship to watch over. as a crash of lightning nearly hits the ship, only to be caught by Cleo. Bellows, how do you feel going through the sort of lightning and the air as opposed to rocks?
It's fabulous. Yeah, quite excited. Almost wishing we could just stay up here and never go down, but then that would be boring too. A little mystified. So, are we seeing the crevasse as well?
No. You just see these black billowing clouds coming up from underneath
Sure.
you, and the weather from on top. And right now, you're in the middle of a storm cloud. So, one thing you will notice though is the ship is moving super fast.
Yeah. No, I mean, just sort of somewhat surprisingly, trying to not in any kind of focused way at all, right? Like not like studying himself and anything like that, but trying to sort of run around and be sort of hyped up, but using that to sort of like blast raindrops out of his way and that kind of stuff. So he has chape water, but does not like to think about it hard. He really likes to use it when there's way too much energy in the elements that he's manipulating. So the faster they move and the more that are blasting around them, the better.
Well, let's have the first roll of the campaign. Give me an acrobatics check. Let me see just how fast you're flinging yourself around in this wind and lightning.
Sure. That's 16.
Fantastic. Yeah, you see, like, sort of, it's almost like you're wind propelled, right? It's sort of guiding you around the corners, and you're working with the weather instead of against it. If the ship tilts, then that's the way that he goes, you know? And you can really see that he's enjoying it when all of a sudden, sort of blasting through the edge of the cloud, suddenly the rain and the wind just cut. You hear one sort of last little echo of a thunder crash as you leave, before you're sort of out into near silence, really. Which would have worked if that button worked. Shut up. Thank you. And you're left with just the swaying of this ship. Sort of as you enter the clear, you may look back and see lava sort of bubbling up with these black clouds coming out of them. As you can now see the crevasse, and flying out of the crevasse, you see this huge red-winged demon with a scepter of dark black, a sort of lightning bolt in her left hand as she looks up at you and gives a wave, to which Cleo sort of gestures, and a little crackle of lightning waves back. You can see there's a smile on the demon's face, a little bit like you've escaped her, but in a good way. You know, she just enjoyed the chase. Nowadays, you would all know demons and devils. They still like a bit of mischief and chaos, but they're not pure evil destruction monsters anymore. They're just sort of something to contend with on a regular basis. Have we lost Miego, or just Miego's camera? Oh, there he goes. Snap back into reality. Fantastic. The ship sort of propels itself at a drastic speed, and you look down on the city of Krieger, its pyramids and its moss and grass going about. And at this point, your Maxillion sort of pops his head up through the hatch, and he pulls it back, and up he comes to join you all. He sort of looks over at... sorry, names are... It's going to take me a little while to get names down. He looks over at Elle playing the guitar. And he comes over to stand next to him. And sort of... Hey. How do you stay so relaxed up here? And so balanced, if I might add.
Oh, a trick of the trade, my good man. You're used to flying the skies, are you?
Well, I get to flying quite a lot, although I tend to go on larger ships, you know, and below decks. I don't tend to do the smaller ships, sort of quick navigating and stuff, although I must say your pilot does seem very capable.
Ain't no finer vessel than the Rose.
Well, it depends what you're looking for, I suppose. If excitement and a well-piloted ship is what you're looking for, then sure. But I prefer some of the more luxurious ones, you know, the ones that are sending out of Valshemar these days. Sort of 3 decks, and there's one even which has a fabulous restaurant on the 2nd floor. It doesn't sway half as much in the wind. That's a little more my style. Well, be that as it may, I couldn't help but notice you were playing some music that... Well, is that how you'd define it?
My own brand. Call it the blues.
I go for more of the louds, but, well, blues, if that's what you want to call it, I suppose, if it's your own. I mean, it can hardly be anybody else's, can it? Well, it's awful noisy, isn't it? It's, how exactly is all that noise happening? I mean, it's just a guitar, is it not?
Well, this ain't no regular guitar, you see.
Oh.
I call it the Boomcaster.
Boomcaster. Yeah. I can see it booms. I haven't seen much of it casting yet.
Oh, you haven't seen a boom yet, my friend.
Well, if that's so, then I'm not sure I look forward to it. He looks over at Arcorovos, and the music at the Mind Flayers, I hear, is something quite spectacular, although, being psionic, I've never had the chance to witness it. I understand you sing in your minds or something?
The complex notes that we can create within our minds is so much more than, 12, 13 notes that travel through the air. The ability to incorporate smells is some things that your music simply cannot touch.
Smells, you say?
Absolutely.
Musical smells.
I will sort of chime in if he hears this, and I'll say, I'll concur. It's quite erotic, indeed.
Musical smells. He looks over to Yacht. He's joking, right? Yacht just looks over and goes, what? I like nice smells.
Yacht appreciates a good smell.
Spring. And the rain.
Yes, these are good.
The smell of a fresh woman as she joins you in the bedroom. Just that beautiful scent of what's about to happen, you know? And the smell of hope. Hope for the future, you know? A beautiful smell.
Indeed. Elmo, by the way, you are much better at inspiring courage and hope and things of this order. I will wish to pick your brain about it a bit into the future. I was not so successful this morning. My breakfast was a very disappointing, sour thing.
Sorry to hear. Perhaps you'll summon a nicer one next time.
We'll see.
What's her name? Brandy looks over and, what's that about breakfast? You're not complaining about my food, are you, Arcorovos?
No, the muffins that I had at the inn before I arrived at the ship.
Muffins? Oh. Well,
Yes.
I haven't got any muffins, but we've got bacon sarnies coming up soon. If that's all to your likings. And even if it's not, that's what's coming. And she looks over at Bellows and, Bellows, can you get below deck and give the old cogs a bit of a shove? The steam seems to be clogging up.
Yes, of course. But I just wanted to point out to this dandy that if they pushed those big ships harder, those ones would sway too and all would be well. Then I'll head
Or
off.
not well, as it might be. That one's a little too excited for his own good, isn't he? And as you head...
A great joy.
As you head down below decks, we will actually follow you there. As you encounter... Ooh, that is not what I was expecting to play. You encounter Sethi standing at the sort of twisting cogs. Looks over at you and... Oh, good. Bellows, I don't suppose you might be of assistance. I seem to have forgotten what my voice is. Too many characters here. Too many characters. He looks over at you. I don't seem to be able to get it working. It's running out of steam. Do you think you might help?
Well, of course.
The thing is, it's hot enough. It just hasn't got enough air. Or at least, that is my assessment as the mechanic on this ship.
I'm sure you're right. But we can do something about that. And I will find the appropriate location and repeatedly cast Gust. And also put some physical muscle into it where that might be necessary.
Okay. As you're doing this, you notice that standing off by the stairs is Lorelei. She's sort of... You're not really sure entirely what she's doing. She's sort of standing there, looking pensively over at you. Bellows, what are you doing?
Only keeping the ship going.
And your muscles bulge so handsomely while you do so. Just saying, a woman can appreciate those things sometimes. It's not that Cleo isn't satisfactory all the time, but she is lacking a little bit of the old muscle, if you know what I mean.
I suppose there are all forms of excitement.
Well, indeed. Excitement is quite the word. I was just talking to that elf up above, the one with the big shield. Bloody big shield, that, isn't it? Well,
Quite a piece of work.
I think he's the opposite of excitement. I thought, having travelled all over the world, he might have wonderful views, philosophies and politics from various cities, and no, he likes flowers. What kind of man with bulging muscles and a huge shield likes bloody flowers? Do you like flowers, Bellows?
I suppose if somebody wanted a flower and it gave me a reason to go out and get one, that might do it.
I suppose it's all very nice. They can be pretty occasionally and smell quite nice. Also, speaking of smells, any idea what's got into Yacht? He hasn't shut up about things that smell nice.
Something about stink music.
Stink music. Interesting. Is that Elmore's new shtick?
No, I think it was our core Rivos, actually.
Oh, goodness me. Tentacles Man doesn't do music, does he? What does he play? 6 trumpets?
Not out loud, fortunately.
Well, music that's not out loud. Now there's a philosophy. Is it music if you can't hear it?
I don't care.
S3 looks over at you and sort of, his head's just going as each of you talk, and he looks up at you and I do think that's got it working. Thank you, Bellows.
Of course.
And as he looks over to you, he forgets to keep on doing what he's doing, and he doesn't let go of the gear turn as the cog begins to turn round, and you just see him sort of going round it with it, sort of permanently.
Grab him off.
Thank you. Lorelei looks over and... That's the problem. Men, boys, and robots, all the same. All the same. However, it would seem that you are beginning to slow down. And with that, got our theme tune back. With that, you begin to see that the ship has made good progress, but is currently moving towards what appears to be a large rock that sort of comes up into the sky, sort of 3 or 4 kilometers into the sky. And you see that Cleo is sort of stretching out a bit of wind, and the ship begins to be turning sideways. And as they reach this sort of point, Cleo calls out, "Chains out! Chains out!" And sort of Yacht begins to swing the wheel and pulls a lever. And these sort of 2 chains sort of fly out of the ship and dangle briefly before swaying out to the left and wrapping themselves around this rock as the ship comes to a slow and steady halt. She looks over at you all, and we'll be stopping here for a couple of hours. I do need to replenish my strength. Going through the crevice always gets me. Brandy will have some food ready shortly, and hopefully then we'll be on the way. I expect it'll be about 30 hours to destination. And sort of at this point, it's sort of nearing mid-afternoon, and as conversation goes, we can roleplay a little bit more if we need to, but I think it's better that we allow the ship to drift on for the next 28 hours. We can play it in real time if you like. By the time we get to July, we might arrive.
Wednesday at 10 in the morning.
Yeah, so eventually, sort of days later, well, not days, day and a half later, we begin to near our destination. And as you are reaching it, you're getting a little close, Cleo begins to point out a few things down below. She says, well, first of all, thing to know about Clearwater Cave is it's once was used as a little mining area. There was a mine beneath it. But they closed it up a while back. We won't be going down to the lower floors. Just to the lake and perhaps into the lava chamber if necessary for this man. You see over the last 28 hours, Naxilian's constant conversation and questions about rocks and lava and geology and bubbling things and her powers with air and lightning and weather and storms and airships and how they work and Bellows' nature and Mind Flayer music and anything else he can think of to ask because he's barely slept. You can see she's a little drained by him and, quite frankly, wouldn't mind if he fell over the edge of the ship. And she sort of looks up at you all and, we're coming in close. When we land, we'll make camp outside. I would suggest that the four of you go in first. And then when we know the way is clear, then the elf and the half-elf can go down. I say, he doesn't even warrant names anymore. And they can explore that little lava chamber, whatever it is they might do once they're done, and hopefully we retrieve this water device thing that might be or might not be a thing. Well, I'll count it a mission well done. As per usual, you may keep anything you find down there, apart from the crystal, of course, which is part of the job. And don't die. And if you are going to die, please inform me so I don't wait around too long.
Seems agreeable, Captain, as always.
I always do.
And you always come back. Well, here we go. Steady yourselves. And the ship sort of begins to descend. After a few moments, it sort of... and it just sort of twists on the spot and drops. Good, like 200 feet at the end. And just before it reaches the bottom, you see this sort of gust of wind and it stops down. And you see Naxelian loses his footing and falls to the ground. You've never stopped this way before. And as she leans on the post, she looks down at him with a small smirk on her face. As he's barreled over, she goes, well, off you go before it starts talking again. And, good luck. And with that, we
Shall we,
arrive.
gentlemen?
Hopefully you guys can see when we get here. We arrive at our caves. Oh, well, not quite. We're not inside yet. I don't know why I did that. Do pause one moment, please. Oh, learning, bad things, hard things, difficult things, all the things. Where are we?
Stupid learning.
Here. Fantastic. Yes, if you would like to place your tokens at the very bottom left of the map, I am pinging repetitively. Beautiful.
Are we meant to see the map, James?
No? Can you?
Okay. No.
Great. That's good. Can you see around you,
Where did
however?
I go there?
No, not yet. Just remind, every single one of you has 60 foot of dark vision, correct?
Correct.
Yes. Ah, there we go.
Okay. It's not actually dark out here. I don't know why that is. Sorry, bear with me a second. I will sort out the rest of yours. Okay. Even without dark vision, you guys should be able to see. But not if I haven't yet given you vision. Elmore, vision, night vision. Oh no. Oh no. Mouse, come back! You were useful! I've lost both mouse and keyboard. There we go. 60 feet of dark vision for you.
Success.
Vision, night vision, 60. Nocturnal save. And finally our Corvos. Night vision, 60 foot. Nocturnal save. Does anybody not see the outside? Great. Do we see the inside? Somewhat. Yes?
A bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
did whatever.
Great. Okay. Let me get myself a little bit of this so I can see things. And let's begin. So, as you arrive at the base of the cave, slowly, some things will be placed out by your fellow crew members. Well, that should give it a little bit of vision as well. As you sort of see them grabbing out tents and putting them down and just sort of getting ready to sort of take camp and sort everything out. As well as this, you can also sort of see in that it's dark and musty in here. The air seems troubled and a little damp, really, as you look down at it. And at that point, what are we doing? What's the plan? Where are we going?
Well, shall we head in, friends?
Lead the way, Arcorvos.
Always my pleasure to do so. Yeah. Start
Okay, as you begin to go in,
heading in.
you feel a sort of echo of... Is that right? I think that's right. Oh, and it stopped. Oh, there we go. So, cool. You begin to head in, and as you all get in, you see this sort of strange crystalline formation at the very center of the room. Roots grow out to the left and right as you go. You can see what you can see, really. The cave is sort of, as I said, it smells awful, like this sort of wet, dripping smell, almost like sulfur. As you look to your right, you see this sort of passage opening up. And over to the left, you see that there is an area of darkness that your eyes cannot pierce. That is not a wall, for your information. It is just darkness.
Going to cast dancing lights and send one out toward this darkness that my eyes cannot see through.
And as soon as it crosses the threshold into the darkness, it disappears. Oh, sorry. I was not expecting... Oh, there's lots and lots of them.
So many.
Well, I get 4 whenever
okay.
I cast. So
Cool, yeah.
it vanishes.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think that is what happens to you on Roll20 as well, correct?
Yep.
Once it crosses, you don't see it, right, Miego?
Vanished, yeah.
Good luck
Yeah,
getting it back.
it just won't let anything cross into it.
Ah, okay. Yeah, so you see this sort of impenetrable darkness. Bellows, you're quite close. You notice that it doesn't seem to be an obstruction. You could technically pass through it, though there's a nice clear way to the right, so if you wish to do that, it's up to you, but...
Perhaps we see what is to the right, and if we do not find it fruitful, we come back and deal with this mystery.
Yeah, I agree with Ark.
But it's so exciting! And the ones outside probably don't want the excitement this close to the mouth of the cave.
This is a point.
There are quite a lot of them. If they do want to defend themselves, they could, but it's up to you.
What do you say, Felix, my boy?
Felix is he's kind of looking around, and then there's this moment where he it looks like he almost tripped over. He kind of has one hand leaning against the wall of the cave, and he's you can see he begins to sweat a little bit, and his body shivers. You guys would know that this is him having a vision, and he's having the one about the lake.
Okay. So yeah, as you sort of summon in your mind, you see this sort of red-headed woman, her necklace with an eye, just like yours, hanging from her as she's in the water. Her hand is raised, but she appears to be sinking. There's a muffled sort of noise going on as she struggles her way down, as she descends into the water. And unlike before, this time you see her float deadly still, her eyes still open. With your knowledge, you know that unconscious does not mean dead. You may be able to retrieve it from the water in time, but you're not sure.
And then as Felix kind of comes out of this, he breathes very heavily, he's just run a mile. And then he kind of looks up and glances at you all. We need to hurry. And we'll
Do you have a suggestion as to where we should go?
He's just starts walking in the way that he can see. He doesn't even glance at the magical darkness.
All right.
Maybe next time, Bellows.
Okay. Your passage so far seems fairly easy. The ground is a little rough. There's some sort of stumbly areas in places, but most of you keep your footing quite well. You see another little section of crystal, but it looks like some of this crystal has been mined already. Some of it has perhaps been taken. Just on... yeah, that's fine. Can you? Yeah, you can. Okay, as you look through, you begin to see this blue mist ahead of you. It looks icy, almost. I think you can all see that, right?
Indeed.
Yep.
Yeah.
At the center of the blue mist, you see this sort of watery pool that appears to be sort of perfectly clear water underneath. You don't think that the mist is coming directly from the pool, and as you step there, Elmore, you see at the back wall is a sort of beautiful golden lever against the wall at the back of the mist.
Sorry, I'll sort of turn to the others, and I'll sort of like nod my head towards the lever and say, "Well, that looks a little important."
As soon as you point, you can all see it as you come around the corner.
Sure.
Yes. T'Challa.
So the mist is just mist; it's not water.
Yes, indeed. It's just a mist in the air. And Arkorovos, as you look to the north... Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. As you look to the north, I think you can just about make out a sliver of ice as an entire wall of ice blocks your passage ahead.
Huh. Well, it seems that our passage to the north may be blocked, so the lever may be our only option.
What happens with the mist if I just sort of blast a little gust into it?
It swirls around a little bit, but it doesn't move far enough to like sort of dissipate. It's quite thick and heavy. It just moves very slowly. It's a little viscous.
Elmore is going to just stroll right in.
Okay, fantastic. Go ahead and make a constitution save with advantage, because you are a skeleton, and you probably aren't that bothered by the cold.
I sure am.
First roll that matters. Is it a nat 20 or a 2? Sorry?
It was a 6.
Fantastic. That's what we like to see. Did you roll at advantage?
Yeah.
Great. Congratulations. Well, in that case, you will take 3 cold damage. As you said, this really gets to you, and your movement is slowed as you step across. I'm assuming you're not stopping to dip in the pool and you're walking straight over to the lever?
Yeah, straight over to the
You may do so. As you get over to the lever, you see this giant golden crank on the wall. It appears fairly easy to move. Are you going to go ahead and do so?
While chattering my teeth, I will certainly try to pull them.
Okay. What's going on here? Yeah, cool. That's all right. As you pull the lever, Arkorovos, who's still looking up here, notices that the pull... Oh no, what did I just do? I can't get it. I can't get it. Where is it? There we go. Boop. The ice... I just deleted the mist that was all over the map. The ice sort of melts down into a water pool immediately. As you will all see... Bear with me a second. This might take me a moment. We'll see. I've got to wait for Roll20 to load. Fantastic, there we go. You will all see this mark on a plate upon the ground. Arkorovos, you see this after the water melts. And the rune on it glows a bright red.
It seems to have been successful. But there is now a rune on the floor where our obstruction was formerly. Let me see if my dancing light does anything to upset it.
It appears to not be too sad.
All right.
As you get close, go ahead and give me an Arcana check, please, Arcanivos.
Oh, that is a thing I am good at. Oh, I rolled all right. 19.
Yeah, you have seen this rune before on scrolls of heat metal. You know that it might be ill-advised to step on it, as it may be warm, but it is clearly quite useful for melting water. Or ice to water, I guess.
All right. Well, perhaps we should not step upon the piece of metal.
For reference, it's sort of... I know this is a 5-foot grid, but it's quite a jump, right? Just to leap over that. And even as you get this close, you can feel the heat in the air. It's hot.
I can get myself across safely enough, but perhaps we should figure out a way that we all may pass safely, yes? Let's see what I have at my disposal.
I think we can handle ourselves.
Well, if you are good on your own, then I will just float.
This makes me so hopeful for puzzles.
And
So hopeful, because I thought you guys were just going to solve everything like this. I am hopeful.
Alright. I'm actually just gonna cast Levitate on
Okay.
myself.
The ceiling's about 10 foot.
And then I can use the wall to just like pull myself along.
Are you going to try and like lie down on your
touch the floor at
levitation
all.
platform? So that you can get quite high? Because the ceiling's only 10 foot.
It's not a platform.
Yeah, I'll kind of crouch as much as I can.
Sorry,
I thought
Joe,
it
what
was
did you
kind
say?
of on the floor. How raised?
It's
No,
not a platform.
it's not a platform. It's flat on the ground.
Another thing.
But as I said, even at your
Oh,
even
okay,
at the
yeah.
height you were
Okay.
at, like 5 foot up in the air with your hand, it was still
Yeah.
pretty warm.
Okay, so yeah, I think I'll just kind of try to crouch as much as possible.
Okay,
Kind of make myself as short as possible to
go ahead and
to
float
float
over.
as close to the.
Yep.
As I just kind of.
It's hot,
Crawl
but
along
no more
the
uncomfortable than
walls.
sort of getting a dish out the oven. Right? You feel that sort of furnace-y heat for a moment, and then ignore it.
It is safe enough on the other side, friends.
Bellows, as you step close, like, it's a little warm, but you don't really know what the fuss is about. I mean, you're a Genasi. You're kind of steam-based, right? This is... It's not as hot as a furnace. So I would assume
I'm
that
just gonna
Bellows...
try to jump over it. I mean, even if I don't care.
Yeah, I would let you walk over it as Bellows. You know, so he's really doesn't care about it at all.
Come on, then. I'll give you a hand.
Felix, you reach and the heat is... It's hot. You have fire resistance, right?
I would
No,
if
you
I was
don't.
a tiefling.
Okay, so you are a reborn, but you are of tiefling blood. The heat's not dreadful, but it's pretty hot. Like, you're unsure about whether you want to jump
I'd
on it.
like to use one of my knowledge from a past life rolls. I'd like to try and acrobatics, like jump over it, and then use my knowledge of a past life to add a d6 to it.
Okay. Are you going to sort of try and like run up the wall a little bit to get a boost to go up, or are you just going to sort of make a straight leap? Because obviously right now you're having to... The problem is it's diagonal, right? So you'd have to sort of...
Yeah, sure. I'll nightcrawl it.
I don't know if you can see this, but you'd have to sort of... Oh. You'd have to sort of do... That's the button I was looking for. You sort of have to do that, right? Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
I mean, I don't know if you'll let me use one of my past life rolls. I don't know if it was necessarily this acrobatic in a past life, but
Before you do, roll me a d20 and let's find out how acrobatic he was in his past life.
15.
15, yeah, he was pretty nimble, pretty agile. You can use it. You can go ahead and from now on, if you want to use knowledge of a past life to add to acrobatics, you may. And before you find out that he was just like really fast and a complete idiot. Athletics, acrobatics, you've got it. Anything else? Not a chance.
That's a 13.
Yeah, that's not great. Go ahead and give me... Actually, I'm just going to give you the damage, I think, and I'm going to accept that as if you'd made that as your dex save. So you will take 2 fire damage, as it is a little hot for you. El, as you approach here, it was you that pulled the lever, right? And you sort of remember that when you pulled the lever, you sort of left it the other way, cranked the other way. And you sort of, it's up to you now. You can walk through the cold, or you can walk through the heat, but you could probably have turned it back off, you realise.
I would have like not even like Al would have not even like thought about it. It's just like, oh,
Great! El's like, it's hot here.
yeah. I am also gonna follow suit though and try to parkour.
Okay, fantastic. Go ahead and give me your acrobatics check. How acrobatic is he?
He's relatively accurate. He's quite a nimble skeleton.
Okay, he's also got a guitar on his back. That's going to go down well. Go on, give it a go. See how it goes.
I'm gonna grab Felix and put him on the other side of me, so there's space for El to land and be ready to.
I'm going to draw an arrow.
Felix is pretty light, so it wouldn't take much.
Yeah.
That'll be a 12 on the acrobatics.
Yeah. So again, like Josh, that's going to keep happening to me today because I normally have the Discord open. Right now I don't, so I can't see your character names. The only ones I can remember are Corvos and Elmore because they changed their name in Roll20. You take... Ooh, that's a little bit more dangerous. I'm sorry, El, my dice has got better. You take 4 fire damage.
Ooh.
Yeah, the cold didn't bother you much, but the heat, that's a little harder to deal with.
I'll sort of like pat down like the little like any portion of my jacket that's sort of on fire.
Okay. I don't have a way of displaying that has been pulled, so we're just going to leave it there. Okay. As you guys begin to head up the corridor, you see another one of these pools directly in the center of the room. And you notice that it has something floating in the top of it. Well, Bellows does. To your left, you see... mushrooms. These mushrooms sort of give off a faint spores effect over the top that glows ever so slightly in the cave. Within these mushrooms, you sort of, if you're interested, Arcaravos, you can attempt to discern what type of mushrooms these are if you wish.
Oh, indeed.
You probably, these are ones you may well recognize, so go ahead and give me a nature check, please.
Alright. Oh, only a 10.
A 10, yeah, that's plenty. You notice that these are luminous something or rather what's it fingers.
These are luminous wonder something's wrists, Martians.
Joe might know better than me, to be fair, because I told him what they were on Sunday when we were.
I was wondering if it was the same thing, but I don't remember.
So they're well known for the dust that they create that creates a faint glow. If at this point you didn't have night vision, you could perhaps coat something in them to give off a faint glow. If you search luminous, it will say something dust in the text. You may gather some if you wish, but you do also know, Akoravos, that in gathering them, the spores can be a little difficult to manage. They can get in your nose and will clog you up and stuff.
I have no needs then.
Okay. However, you guys do all see the same thing floating in the top of this pool. It appears to be a sort of like, it's a metal ring with a sort of little bit of leather attached, with a sort of glass bauble at the top.
If it is near enough to...
You can just bend down and pick it up.
Yeah, our Corvos will do so.
Okay, and you immediately recognize that this is a cap of water breathing.
Oh, this is valuable.
And as discussed, you guys can sort of deal with loot however you wish. I think we have a table for it, so it'll just go down. But do remember that it's there in case... In case you feel the need to breathe underwater. I mean, by all means, go for a dip. One thing I will tell you as you look down is you cannot see the bottom of this pool, and the water is incredibly crystal clear. So you can see like the sides of the pool all the way down, but you don't see the bottom.
I am terribly curious.
When you picked up the cap of water breathing, though, you will have noticed that the water is incredibly cold. That doesn't mean you can't go down it, but I'm just saying it is incredibly cold.
am an aquatic creature. However, I also kind of. I don't know. Not really.
No, I don't think so. You've lived in cave all your life.
Party.
It looks like
But Herr Skramikuchen is.
Mm.
And I will conjure my little cuttlefish familiar
Okay.
and put him in the water.
Okay. Fantastic. Beautiful. I'd love to see that.
A
Let's have a little
cuttlefish
picture.
with a top hat and a pipe appears.
You have access to him, right?
Yes.
Fantastic, great.
There it is. Characters.
We can all see him. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, lovely. Let's zoom in. Okay. Oh, sorry. All of this music is cued a little loud. I am turning them down as we get to them. But I apologize that every time it changes the next track, it goes whoop in our ears. But we'll get there. We'll get there. I'll get there in the time. Okay. Yeah. So he goes in and he goes down.
And I'll warg into him, so I will see and hear through him.
Okay. He doesn't like. He doesn't mind the cold. How is he with hot?
You know, they can live in reefs, which are, you know, warmer water, but
30, 40 foot down, you're in reef
nothing-
temperature.
Okay.
50, 60 foot down, you're beginning to verge on cup of tea. 70, 80
Mario.
foot down, you're beginning to put your hand over the top of a kettle as it's boiling.
Alright, then we will
That's
begin to
about as far
record.
as he can get. And when he was at the bottom, you could see exactly the same thing. Clear... Does he have dark vision? Sorry. All the questions. I think he has
Yeah, I don't
your
know.
vision, right? He inherits your vision, I think. But maybe not.
I'm not sure, actually. I should know these things. I don't think so. I think it's whatever.
I
he
should
can
also know
see.
these things.
I just see it. Yeah.
Well, at that point, it's down to the creature, and I haven't got a fucking clue if it has dark
No.
vision. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I mean,
so
I could send a dancing light down with him.
let's just say you did that.
or as far as I can go,
Again,
yeah.
he would see like perfectly clear water. He would see the walls, but right at the bottom, he begins to see a few bubbles rising. They don't make it to the surface; they dissipate before they get there. But you can assume that some kind of hottingness is happening down below.
Right.
That's a maybe our Corvus does a little bit more than hottingness. You think there might be a steam vent down there? You do know caves. I'll give you that. Bellows will most definitely inform you that there is steam down there of some sort. Nevertheless, you have your cap of water breathing.
Excellent. Yeah. But yeah, I recall Herr Skramikuchen, and it seems this goes quite deep, and that the water is being heated from below. There was some mention of volcanic activity from the elves, I believe. So
yeah, they were looking for some volcanic room.
it may very well lie deep below where we are now.
Well, let the elves drive then.
Indeed, this is
Which way to the hurry, Felix?
I should just clarify that what you see as you look up to the top right is not like it was before an ice wall. This is merely some icy ground.
alright. Then I will let Herr Skramikuchen disappear back into the extra-dimensional space where he spends his time. And,
Sorry.
Go on, Felix.
any
I was just gonna reply to what Bello said. Felix just kind of looks around before looking back. I don't know this place. She could be anywhere.
Would you like a little bit of a sensory gain? Who's our most perceptive? I'm really sorry, I should have asked this before the session. Passive perceptions, please.
15.
11?
15.
Who are the
13.
15s?
Me,
Bellows
and Felix.
Are either of you proficient?
I am, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you both are. Interesting. One's a Reborn Tiefling, one's a Genasi. I'm going to take, I'm afraid, I think, for the rest of the campaign, probably. Joe, it's going to be you who does the perception-y things. Unless he gains an observant feat or something. Yeah, so, although to the right you see a little bit of ice, to your left, to the west, you smell a sort of acrid smell of sulfur, perhaps? Or perhaps some other form of noxious gas. And indeed, I think... No, you can't. Okay. Never mind. I was going to say... Oh, there you go. Whoever that is can see just the edge of like a bubbling cesspit of green. That's probably not a happy swim over there.
That was me. I saw that.
Yeah, cool.
There's a pit that smells like your music back here, Arcorvos.
Intriguing.
Shall we investigate?
I think we should.
If we're in a hurry and we don't know where we're going, then we have to go even faster.
So we decided to head away from icy floor and towards massive pile of acid. Cool.
Yep.
So you begin at this point to see 3 paths. To your direct left, so sort of this way, you sense that the nasty smell is coming from both this corridor and this corridor. This way, the air seems a little clearer, though you notice some red mist, like the spores of those mushrooms sort of drifting down towards you gently. It's not thick enough to really be visible. It's just like very thin in the air, very faint. You see
you were saying some thises, and I didn't get it. I didn't see any
Sorry.
pings or anything. I don't know what
oh,
this is you're
hold
talking
on. I'm on the wrong layer. That's why. Sorry. This way, you see acid coming from. And this way, the path is a little clearer in terms of smell.
Sure.
But there is this sort of red mist in the air that Arcorvos will inform you is from the same mushrooms.
Right.
And then up this way, you see... Ooh, what's that doing there? Sorry. You see a large pool of bubbling acid. It's sort of 10, 12 feet across. And the acid is constantly spitting up out of it as it bubbles and swirls.
Perhaps not the acid volcano just yet.
I was really thinking you were saying perhaps I should cast Levitate. But that works.
Perhaps I should not have burned my once-a-day levitate so frivolously.
Oh, I thought it was ritual cast. I had you waiting 10 minutes there. Okay,
It's
cool.
a racial thing.
Right. Oh, funky. Yeah.
Yeah. But, yes, perhaps we see what...
Bellows, will you do me the favor of doing... Oh, what Arcorvos just did. Arcorvos, if you...
Yeah.
Before you get down there, if you don't mind, I'm going to shove you back there. Okay, cool. You see a thick cloud of green mist, and as soon as you step where you step, give me a... You went one more step. So when you went that one more step, give me a Constitution save, please.
Alright. Come on, dice, don't fail me. Ooh, 3.
3. Yeah, you begin to feel this sort of clogging of all of your senses. You're not technically blind or anything. You just have sort of this feeling of like thickness everywhere around you. Your smell is clogged. Your sight is clogged. You have disadvantage on perception checks at this point.
I am tasting something terrible on my tentacles and... yeah. Well, very well. I will continue nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
For if the stuff is stuck to me, it is stuck to me. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of head down this
I'm
way.
gonna have Elmore follow him down.
Alright. Alright.
Cool.
All good.
I'm going to do sort of this.
For the record, I'm not breathing. May not help with eyes and stuff. But...
No, indeed, your perception is a little dulled. But neither you nor Elmore needs to make a con save for this. You just can't see as well. But the one person who uses their senses properly, standing back there, Phoenix, as soon as you take one more step, you will think, this really doesn't feel right. You're not sure entirely if you can breathe in it.
What is it exactly?
It's sort of very faint mist. Of sort of like, it's spores from mushrooms, basically.
Right, because I have resistance to poison.
That is
and
absolutely fine.
I technically don't need to eat, drink, or breathe.
But you do. We decided that you do, right? Because you were brought back as a living tiefling.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. So as you take another step, you're not sure if you can breathe in there.
I wasn't planning on following anyway.
No? You're staying there?
No.
Okay, cool. As Arcorvos, you stand here. You see a sort of thick orange mist ahead. And... Can you see those? Yes, you
Do I
can.
get there? I can see some stuff over here.
Yes. You begin to see some mushrooms that appear to be swaying gently. And one takes a little step forwards. As I step towards you, you will identify them immediately as myconids.
Oh.
Mushroom folk.
I will try to address the one in the lead with my 30-foot telepathy.
Oh, DM,
Good
why did
morning.
you not consider they'd try and talk to the mushrooms? Bear with me a second. Let me find out if they can talk back.
Now.
You get nothing.
Excellent. All right. Well, I send some telepathy their way.
Okay, they will send some spores your way. Go ahead and make a constitution saving throw.
They are not responding in the ways that I anticipated. 12.
Okay, yeah, you sense that this might have stunned you if you were a little less tough. But you're tough enough to manage it.
Indeed.
Fuck, a player character DNA.
They are assaulting us with the spores. Perhaps we should push them back. I'm going to try to use telekinetic slam to knock that one prone and do damage to it.
Okay, bear with me 1 second.
Yes.
Because for some reason it didn't have the right characters loaded into the encounter. And roll initiative!
Alright.
That's what's happening there, I'm afraid.
Oh.
Well, nothing like a combat. You can roll initiative back there, Phoenix. Just to decide if you want to follow when it comes to your turn. Guys,
When you hear the screaming,
I'm really sorry if this is
run
deafening.
the other way.
Cool. I have 4 initiatives. I believe that should appear now on the screen. Well, that kind of tells you... That tells you everything that's you're fighting, doesn't it?
Yeah, it gives them names.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to stop being cryptic about my names. At this point...
Oh, Silver Dragon. Shit, guys, we gotta go.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it's gonna be you again. Arcoribus, go ahead and give me a second Constitution saving throw as a... What the fuck just happened there? Did I just ping that to chat? I did.
Yes, you did.
Well, who the fuck knew that? Go ahead and make a
16.
con save. You got a 16? Fantastic, you're not
Yep.
stunned. At this point... Oh, Jesus, you really are the only person in line of sight. Go ahead and make a con save.
Alright. It'll get me eventually. Oh, probably now. 7.
Yes, you are stunned.
Alright.
Go ahead and make a con save. They cannot see anyone else and they can't move.
15.
Yeah, cool. You're no more stunned than you were before. Elmo, you're up.
The mushroom folk are attacking squid. And I'm gonna sort of
Out of interest, how many mushrooms can you see from there?
I can see 4.
That's very strange because they can't see you at all. Only the bottom one can.
Oh, I see the bottom one.
Yeah, the bottom one can see you, but the rest can't. Very strange. Anyway, go ahead. Take a turn.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna move just behind.
They can now see you.
Arcoribus, who happens to be stunned, and
You can step through him if you wish, by the way, just in case you want to.
can I shoot through him?
Yeah. I mean, you can sort of you can just rest your shotgun on his shoulder. You're close enough.
I was basically gonna say, like, if he's stunned and like unable to move, I'm totally just gonna like take the guitar, sort of like rest it on his shoulder, and I'll
Perfect.
scream out, "Fire in the hole!"
Okay,
And,
just bear with me a second. You are firing a shotgun, is that correct?
It's a musket. I
Well, we went with
shooting a
musket in the end,
musket exam.
which means it has 120 feet of range, yeah? Great, okay, fine. That's absolutely fine. Go ahead and shoot. Are you shooting the little dude at the front?
I am shooting the little dude in the front. that I
Yeah,
can
so
see.
these little ones are like little tiny mushrooms that are crawling along like... The bigger ones are sort of almost 5 foot tall and they sort of sway gently. Yeah.
I think instinctively you would have just shot the first one there.
Yeah, no, that makes
So
100% sense. A 15, did you say?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and give me some damage.
So it seems to be rolling the sneak attack like without me really initiating anything. So I'll let you know the actual damage.
Yeah, so that's fine. We just ignore the sneak attack because you have no reason to have sneak attack right now.
Correct.
So it's just the 8, yeah?
8 piercing.
Okay. Yeah, your bullets blast into the mushrooms, and they sort of and they crash down to the floor and die. Any bonus action?
They seem to be weak to bullets.
Powerless.
And
Cut off their heads.
I will use a bonus action to inspire my crewmate Bellows here, and I'll sort of play him sort of like an intense. Like, sort of give him some fighting music.
Okay. Any movement, or are you staying there?
I'm staying behind my stun friend.
Okay. Phoenix, you hear a gunshot, you hear a squeal, you hear a sort of whoop whoop noise as Corvos was stunned, and then you hear a sort of the ripping out of Torrent. No, not Torrent. Naming. I even tried using the Discord. That didn't work either. Elmore's guitar rips out. No, you're fine. You're fine. I'll probably never look at that again. Are you staying where you are?
No, hearing the commotion, Felix will start to make his way.
Great. Take one step and give me a con save, please.
$23?
Sorry?
23?
Oh, 23. That's a lot better than 3. Yeah, sure. It's not nice, but you can breathe in here.
Is it poison or disease?
No.
Okay. Not that I needed advantage, it was just nice to know. Yeah, but yeah, I will I'll continue walk. So that was 5, 10, 15, 20, nope. 25. I think. Oh my god, this little fairy fly.
So far, you've moved 25. If you go down and right one, you've moved 25. You have 30 foot.
Yeah.
You may move 1 square down and left.
Okay.
You see?
Yeah.
Cool.
I can partly see 3 of them. Is that enough to attack?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
However, if you attempt to use a line attack, please bear in mind you will hit Bellows. Like a line damage attack, you will hit Bellows.
Oh, yeah. No. I don't have any of those. But seeing how they're only little mushrooms, I'm not gonna waste any of my spell slots. So instead, a little flame will kind of flicker in between Felix's fingers, and then I'll just like toss it over.
Okay.
To this one.
What are you casting, please?
I am casting Conjure Flame.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it.
That's a 14 to hit.
That'll hit.
That is 5 fire damage.
Okay, he appears unfazed. Does that complete your turn?
It sure does.
Bellows! You're up.
Am I aware of anything about, or what do I think about this extra hazy section here?
You notice that mist is sure as hell a lot thicker through the spores than it is where you're standing.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, let's see.
Do you have a requirement to breathe?
No.
No? That's fine, you can ignore it. Well, I mean, you won't be able to see very well, but you know that it won't cause you any more problems breathing than it did back there.
I see.
For what reason
Alright.
don't you breathe?
I'm an air genasi at real. I mean, I say steam, but that's like...
Oh, so they can just hold their
on
breath
top of-
indefinitely?
Yeah.
Right, I see. Okay, that makes sense. They're made of air. Why would they need air? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, likewise with Felix and the spell slots, I am not at all used to managing the expenditures of rage yet, so I shall just run over here without doing that. And reach over my shoulder, where I have strapped an extremely large wrench, my spanner of crushing, and I will, do I think that this, haze is giving me disadvantage on
Nope.
attack rolls?
Nope.
Then I don't think I'll reckless either, because there's too many of them, and I could really...
Yeah, I mean, so basically, as you move through, you just kind of get the idea that, like, if you had to see something far in the distance, you'd struggle a little bit. It's just misty a little bit. You know, you wouldn't have disadvantage to drive in fog, right? It's just a little harder.
Yeah, and in fact, I'll go over it one further, so that I'm a little bit more out of my compatriot's way, and I shall swing the old spanner at this guy. I don't even remember what my fucking attack bonus is yet. All right, let's read it. That would be 16.
That'll hit.
That is 11 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, he appears wounded.
Or rather, 14. Forgot to add my +3.
Why are you adding +3?
Just because that's how weapons work. You add your strength mod.
Oh, right, I see. Sorry, you gave me the first one without a strength modifier. I thought you were adding your rage
I
damage.
haven't hit anybody with a weapon, I think, in the entire time I've played D&D.
That's good.
I'm always doing spells, and they don't usually add them on.
Your paladin swung weapons.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. I forget about that whole world.
But yes, I thought you were adding your rage modifier, and I was like, I thought you were.
No.
Yeah. So the red dot, by the way, is an indication of wounded. That means below half health. Yeah, whatever.
Yep.
However you want to interpret that. It doesn't get any worse, so you know it'll be red dot until it's dead. Bellows, any further action?
No, I'm good.
Very good. Arcaribos. You miss your turn, but you may make a Constitution saving throw at the end of your turn to attempt to end the stun.
Alright, let's see what I can do. Well, it's a 2.
Brilliant. That is indeed a 2. You are still stunned. And at
Alright.
this point, a little dude here is going to step up into your space. Because he can do that.
Fair enough.
Side of you. Side of you.
Yes. At this point, go ahead and make Constitution save, Bellows. If you have advantage against poison, you can make it at advantage.
I don't think that I do.
That says fist. He's not fisting you, I promise.
Okay, I was distracted. I was trying to do
Didn't
my
say
new math.
moved
Now
into
something is not
space.
fisting me, which I guess is for the best. But con save 15.
Okay, cool. You succeed. I'm really sorry. I have to move you.
Yep.
To move him. To move you. To move him. And at this point, from behind you, he will attempt to hit you. That is 17 to hit.
Oh yeah,
He does 3 bludgeoning damage.
fun.
Did that say 2d4?
Yep.
It shouldn't be 2d4. I'll roll it. It's 2 bludgeoning damage. Not 3.
Feels so much better than I did
Yes.
before.
Excellent. Well, good. The next one's going to come up. It's going to step into your space. It's going to ask you to make a Constitution saving throw. It's going to regret that because now you all have to move around and do the fucking hokey pokey. And then it's going to step back. From now on, I'm just going to tell you it moves in. I can't grab... You're automatically on top of it. Your con save, please. Fellows.
Higher.
Cool.
16
That's fine. Does an 11 hit you?
No, it does not.
Okay, it swings out. It realizes its life is over and it's pointless, and it retreats to its little mushroom grove, allowing the larger chap to do its thing. Where are we? Here we go. 5, 10, 15, 20. Nope. Okay. Bellows, go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Ooh, too many of them. That's only a 7.
Okay, you are stunned. However, the
You have the bardic inspiration.
you do.
I don't know how high I need to get, but I guess I'll use it. You're a D6 at this point.
D6 right now, yeah.
That's only 3 more. 10.
10. That is still a fail, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Let's just have a quick look at stunned. I'm pretty sure. Yes, attacks against you have advantage. So it is an 11 or a 22 to hit you.
I think you know the 22 hits.
It most definitely does. It's a natural 20.
And
Therefore,
it hits me hard.
you will take 10 bludgeoning damage. And one more Constitution saving throw, please.
I'm sorry, you can't make me do more stuff while I'm marking down damage. That's just not how it works.
It's terribly unfair. So
That one's a natural 20. Waste of that.
Then
on
you will
the,
not
save.
take 9 poison damage.
Oh, okay, it's good. then.
Okay, that is good, right? Okay, the next mushroom will walk up to you. I'm very sorry about this.
That's right. It's the whole
and,
point of him. I have 5 other characters. If you want to kill him,
13 to hit you.
13 does not do it.
Cool. He will stand there and do not a whole lot. The large guy, the last guy at the back, now has line of sight on our lovely friend Elmore. Elmore, con save, please. Yeah.
That'll be a 21.
He ejects a sort of spores at you to knock you unconscious, and you sort of look at him and like, I'm a skeleton idiot. And he just ignores you. Or you ignore it even, and that concludes their turn. Elmore, you're up.
Okay, so Elmore is going to stay sort of, I don't want to say hidden, but standing behind our Corvos. I'm going to use my action to reload the Boomcaster. But all the while, I'm going to burn my second inspiration. And I'll sort of whisper into our Corvus's ear. Wake up, idiot! And give him another inspiration to hopefully pass his saving throw.
Yep. Phoenix, you're up. And just a reminder, you see both our Corvos and Bellows are now sort of like they've just been sort of frozen in place by this strange myconid dust.
Yeah, so seeing this, things seem a bit more drastic than he did before. So I am gonna spend 1 sorcery point to twin spell to hit this one and this one. With 2 like in each hand, 2 just balls of like they look like orbs with fire inside.
Okay, just to clarify, sorry. You saw L shoot at the little ones, like this, and they immediately exploded into nothing. You saw Bellows hit one of these with a massive hammer, and you hit it with something, a telepathic something. You hit it with a something, I can't remember what.
I hit it with a conjure flame.
Yeah, and it is still standing there.
Yeah, but
make
I
of
just
that what you wish.
to go off my friends.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're going to hit the 2 nearest you. Okay, cool. Go ahead and roll to hit. For both of them. Is that how
So
twin spell works?
23. What?
Do you make 1 attack roll or 2 attack rolls with twin spell? 1, right?
I guess 2 because I'm firing at 2 different things.
I actually don't know.
I think I've always seen it done as 2 attack rolls, but I'm not sure what the actual rule is.
I don't have a D or an E key. Can somebody please discover? My D, E, and C keys are fucked. It makes sentences very difficult.
Yeah. There we go.
Because, I mean, is it 1 instance of the spell splitting, or is it 2 different?
It says target a second creature in range with the same spell.
Yep,
But it
that's all
doesn't really
that.
mention anything beyond.
Yeah.
Have to do another roll. Or
I've got a +5 to hit. I don't mind rolling twice.
Whatever you decide now is going to be what happens for the rest of the campaign. I'm going to leave it to you. Do you want to make 1 attack roll?
I think it makes sense.
Okay. You want to see whether it penetrates one enemy but not the other, as opposed to, I fired this with the same power, why would it hit one enemy harder than the other? Cool. I like that. Go ahead. Make 2 rolls. See whether you hit them both.
Right, well, the first one was a 23,
Yeah.
and then the second one is a 16.
Okay. In future, I will need you to tell me which enemy you target with which.
The lower one with the weaker one, and the higher one with the stronger.
Actually, in this fight, it didn't make any difference, and you know that already because you've heard the other people's attack rolls. But nevertheless, yeah, in future, First attack roll and then your target. Second attack roll, then your target. Both hit. Go ahead and give me damage. Twice, I guess. In the same logic. By the same logic, you will, if you fire 2 attack rolls, you fire 2.
One was so the
damage
13 for the big one.
No, the 13 is to hit. 11
No,
fire
I've already
damage.
rolled to hit.
Yes, and you've then rolled to hit again.
Yeah, when he's rolling
oh,
it, so it'd be 11 and 11, I guess.
Yeah,
2 11s, okay?
No, that's not. That's
Yes.
not what I see.
2 11s of damage, correct?
Okay, fine.
Yeah, both
Yeah,
doing
fire
fire.
damage
2 11.
Fire damage 11.
Cool.
I don't mind which one gets which.
Neither do they. As they are both dead.
I have a strong opinion about which receives which.
Oh, by the way, James, I'm using my blue bar for my sorcery points.
You're using blue balls? What?
My blue bar for my sorcery points.
Oh, good. Right. That's much more like it. Yes, mushrooms with blue balls. Interesting. Bellows, I need a constitution saving throw, please, to be unstunned.
Sure.
Okay. Strong.
Yeah, 19.
Yeah, fantastic. You are no longer stunned. It is also our Korobos' turn. Need a constitution saving throw, please. You have bardic inspiration, should you wish.
Yep. Let's roll first, and let's add my bardic inspiration before I know the results. Because 7 sucks, and if I add a 6, that puts me at 13.
That's a success. You are no longer stunned.
Ah!
Great. Little dude over here is going to do the thing that he did before, but without actually displaying it. Con save, please, Bellows.
15.
Okay, that saves. You will, however, 17 will hit, I assume.
Yes.
2d4, no, rubbish. 1d4, minus 1 bludgeoning damage. 3 damage.
Okay.
This little guy's pretending to have a turn. He's dead. Piss off. Okay. That brings us to... Oh, he's going to scoot back again. Attack of opportunity if you wish.
Yeah, why not? Oh, but it's gonna presumably miss with an 8.
Is that in that one?
No.
That hits.
All right. So that is 12 bludgeoning damage.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, he tried to run away and instead he just did dying things.
I didn't think picking mushrooms was going to be this exciting.
At this point, our lovely large Myconid is going to step in range of you. He is going to swing his fist at you. Because he has now got no more spores to give. That's a 13 to hit.
No.
The next mushroom will walk up. That is a... Where did the music just stop? Oh, there we go. That is a 5 to hit you. Completely ineffective. Okay, cool. That ends their turns. Elmore, you're up.
Ooh, nice. So I'm going to move down here a little bit, give their sight, and I'm going to target the mushroom closest to me.
Yep.
I'm going to fire off another blast from the boomcaster.
And of course, this time it will be a sneak, so advantage if you get that, right?
Yes, but it'll... Oh, it's an 8.
As a rogue, you get advantage because there is a target in melee range of your target.
No.
No,
That doesn't
no,
give
he
you
gets the
advantage
sneak
to-
attack damage.
I get the sneak attack, but I don't get
Oh,
advantage.
it's if the attack is at advantage or if there is a person in 5 feet.
Correct.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That is an 8 to hit?
Yes.
No. Sorry.
Swing and a miss.
Not a nat 1 though, correct?
Not an at one, though.
Okay. What's your... What is the base roll? I can't see. Oh yes, I can if I mouse over it.
Oh, actually...
It's a 2, right?
Ooh, you're right. That would be...
Is that a
would cost
misfire,
me
sir?
misfire. That is a misfire.
Okay. I don't even know what happens when that happens. I just know it's a thing.
So...
It is...
misfire is... Yeah, weapon cannot be used again until you spend an action to try to repair it. To repair, you
Oh,
must make a
good.
success.
So to make another shot, you're going to have to take 2 more turns. 1 to reload and 1 to repair, yes?
That's right.
You better hope your team fights finish up this fight for you. Team fights, yes. Let's hope these team fights do some things.
Team
Cool.
fight.
Team fight feeling. Oh, sorry, you do get a bonus action if you wish. Do you
Not a
want to?
Tekken game.
It is.
Do you wish for a bonus
I'm not
action?
gonna- I'm not
I
gonna
think
do
it's just
it.
called Tekken Tag.
Oh, Tekken Tag, great game.
Does that conclude your turn then?
That concludes my turn. Sorry.
Felix, you're up.
I am gonna. I don't know how conservative to be in a dungeon.
Very.
Okay, then I'll throw another conjure flame at this one.
In general, the rules of dungeon crawling, as stated in the last page of your player's handbook, are you can't long rest at all, unless you go back to the beginning, at which point the dungeon may reset in certain ways. You can only short rest at the end of a level, and you may assume that there is more than one level to any dungeon given. So it's use the bare minimum that will still keep you alive. Because whilst you guys have been stunned a lot, I don't think anyone's taken any damage apart from Bellows, who's been punched once.
I got
way
hit.
worse than that.
Oh,
I
is
was
it?
hit by fire, but that's a 15 to hit.
Yep. Oh, yes. Apart from Bellows, who's half health? My apologies.
6 fire damage.
Cool. That looked like it might have hurt a bit. Sorry, one on the left or one on the right? One closest to you?
One closest.
Cool. Does that conclude your turn, Felix?
It sure does.
Bellows!
Yeah, but despite all that talk about being badly hurt, I think the resource concern, it's like I'm not going to use it now when I didn't use it at the beginning. It's always so stupid sunk cost thinking. Humans are dumb, but I'm one of them. I shall simply swing at this guy to the north of me.
Okay.
That is a 14.
That'll hit. Just a heads up, Joe, as you look at your dice, we can't hear you very well.
Okay, sure.
When you duck down there.
Yeah, I think it's probably too because I fixed the gain on this, so when I yell like this fucking character doesn't kill you all.
Yes. Does that mean you have to yell your attack rolls? That's a 14!
9 bludgeoning damage.
9 bludgeoning. Okay. He is wounded. And therefore that will be demonstrated in this spot here. Cool. Does that conclude your turn, Bellows?
Stupidly, yes.
Cool. Arcane.
All right. He's going to hold up his big stein that has a big prism on the top and push his mind through that prism and cast Meta Creative Ray on the wounded one, the one with the red dot there, right above Bellows.
Can you remind me what that was originally? I will get this after a while.
It was card throw originally.
Yeah, okay, cool. I know what it does now. That's great.
Yeah, there we go. An AC of 9.
Yeah, it misses. That's what that spell does. Yeah.
That's what it does this time.
Cool. Well, I'm so glad you've had a turn now, Akorovos. It's a shame it didn't do anything.
Yeah. I accomplished nothing. Let me see bonus
Okay.
actions. I've got nothing. Yep.
Nope.
That
Mushroom on the
is my
left
turn.
will take a swang at Bellows. That's a 3 to hit you. That one will miss. The second one will swang at you. That is a 12 to hit you, which I'm assuming will also miss. It does miss. Elmore! Do you have something that isn't a gun?
Sorry. I thought you said a 1. Okay. So, after his rifle jams upon the last round of firings, sort of like look at the boomcaster, sort of dejected, and he'll place it sort of to his back, and I guess I'll pull out the pistol that I have hidden in my hip bone.
In your hip bone! Oh!
Yeah.
Yes, that's a good place to put a pistol.
Yeah.
His hand down his pants.
Yep.
Just like ripped it out. I wasn't just happy to see you. And he'll just blast at the.
Go ahead and roll an advantage, please.
Just in the pelvic bone.
Because that is beautiful. The pelvic bone pistol. 21 will hit.
21. And I will get the sneak attack this time around, I think.
That bordello of blood with that.
I'm
That'll
just
be,
going to take a
14.
moment. I'm really sorry, guys. I know that you're chatting. Keyboard is fucked. I can't type back. It's my second session with Roll20. I see you there. I love you, Darth. I'm not ignoring you because I don't like you. I'm just ignoring you because I can't deal with it right now. My players also can't look at the stream because they'll see what's happening with the GM overlay, so they're probably not going to talk back either. So, have a great chat with Jamal. Sorry, 14 damage, did you say?
14 damage.
Great. It is dead. As your pistol bullet takes it straight through the center of its stalk, the mushroom cap just sort of falls over to the side, and the mushroom falls backwards.
Yeah.
Nice. And I will end my turn there,
Okay. Spiffing. Sorry, I'm trying to manage a couple of other things. Felix, you are up.
Okay. I'm gonna throw another little flame at this guy because it's the only one I can see.
Yep. Sorry, go on. I was going to say something, then I realised I didn't need it to.
That's a 14.
That'll hit.
Is 7 fire damage.
Cool. Solid hit. Does that conclude your turn, Felix?
It sure does.
Bellows, you're up.
What the hell? I'm going to reckless this one.
Sure.
Make sure I hit the best.
Yeah, you're pretty sure it's the last target. As you look back.
They were both very good. That's 21.
Yeah.
So that's another 9 bludgeon damage.
Cool. Nice. Does that conclude your turn, Bellows?
Yes, I believe it do.
Godavos, you see a wounded mushroom. He appears to be the last target.
All right, we're gonna try to fire another meta-creative ray his way. All right. Ooh, an AC 19. I'm liking that a little better.
Welcome to the fight, Godavos.
It'll be 9 lightning damage.
Well, when he turns up, he doesn't fuck about. As your lightning crackles into the mushroom, you see it sort of tense up and keel over.
Ah,
Congratulations, the fight is over. You may take a grand total of loading 83 experience
Ooh.
each.
I will take it.
sorry for being so late, friends. It was the smell of C6. Anyway, well done, everyone.
I'll say, I'll move for say, I don't imagine we'll be having mushroom soup anytime soon on board.
Perhaps a grilled myconid cap would be an exotic treat.
Sort of shudder and stick the pistol back.
I believe we hit these mushrooms because we were in a hurry. And I will rush off this trip.
All right, I'll go after him.
Okay, Godavos, as you enter that orange mist, you will need to make a con save, please.
Perfect, figured as much. Ooh, 2.
A 2? Oh dear. You take 1
Now
necrotic damage as you feel. Do you breathe? You do, right?
Yep.
Yeah, as you feel your lungs begin to constrict in this air, but you quickly get your way through.
Oh, it's very unpleasant.
Yep. Okay.
Elmer will look over at Felix and say, after you.
I would hold my breath.
Yeah, that's what I was planning. I was planning on taking one big gulp and then just running as fast as I can.
Go ahead and give me a con save as you walk through. Oh, careful up there, Bellows. Just give me a second. You're about to run into something and I can't be in three places at once.
Sure.
A 16?
A 16, that's a success. You manage to hold your breath as you go through. L, you don't need to make a con save, so you can just go straight through.
She's gonna stroll right on through.
Yeah, just strut.
Okay. As you come up here, Bellows, you see a pool of water. Go ahead and give me a perception check, please.
Certainly. 14.
Yeah, the crystal clear water shows that the water appears to go down and then head forwards in some way, but... Oh, that's all you see.
Some sort of tunnel full of water, something like that.
Yeah, you're not sure if it goes like forwards, or if it just goes forwards and down, right? It's either going like diagonally downwards or it's going like dipping under something.
It's more than a puddle, that's all I know.
Yeah, it is deep. It doesn't curve till about 30 foot down.
Well, perhaps we should scout a bit with Herr Skramikuchen again?
Bring the old cuttlefish out.
Just get out of the way a little bit.
Okay.
Now, once again, conjure Herr Skramikuchen and place him in Zavata and place my just kind of place my senses into him as he swims down and send a dancing light after him.
Okay. How far is the range on dancing lights?
Dancing lights. The range is 120 feet, and I
Right.
can see through my familiar for up to 100 feet. So.
Oh, okay.
after
So he goes 30
100
feet
we'll
down,
fail anyway.
and then he goes sort of 50 or 60 or 70 foot forwards. Perhaps even 80 foot forwards. I don't know what that is, or why it's on my screen. What the fuck is that? What is it?
If it's insisting that you have a virus and that you need to pay for their new software, it's a scam.
No, I'm not that. I'm trying to work out what this token is and why it's on my screen. Well, I don't know what that is. So
Is it claiming to be a prince from a faraway land that just needs you to send a little bit of money through?
This
No,
Nigerian prince just needs a couple $1,000.
that Nigerian
Just
prince looks
grease
incredibly like a
wheels.
fire beetle, so I'm going to ignore it. Yeah, you keep going under the water. You see some nasty-looking fish with big jaws and sharp teeth. And I'm assuming your familiar does not attempt to go through their shoal.
No.
But you did notice, as it came through, that the water appeared to be a little paler on the other side. Perhaps that goes somewhere, perhaps it doesn't, you're not entirely sure, but what you do know is that it is quite a long swim.
Alright. I will let Herr Skramikuchen return to his extra-dimensional space. So I unconjure him. And,
It will also take Arcorivos no intelligence to require that, looking down to the right, that cloud of gas is the same cloud of gas you saw from the other side.
yes.
Yes, circles have been done.
Well, we seem to have circumnavigated the cloud of gas, and there is not anything that I think we can, more than one of us, as I tap the cap, can reach down this tunnel, so perhaps we skirt the very corner of the gas cloud and see if we can find something on the other side. Yeah, I think we just kind of...
So does it seem
Run
like there's
through real
space to go
quick.
through there without trouble? Or
Yes, you can skirt around it. Not a problem.
Our Corivos is going to use the pool of clean water to try to wash off all the pollen spore nonsense that's on him.
Cool.
As best he can.
Bellows, however, sees a large, long trench of acid that is spitting and bubbling and spitting up at the ceiling. All because you didn't want to go through the icy ground.
Hey, we can still go back. We can backtrack.
We could. But I have a feeling that
does.
Bellows wants this barrel ahead.
I'm unsure how Bellows would barrel ahead at this point.
The acid trench may make him reconsider.
Yeah. I
I've already said
imagine with that much bubbling and spitting of caustic acid, I would assume that like any, I don't know, like ice bridge kind of thing is going to be destroyed as fast as I can create it.
This DM is unsure.
Well, I will attempt. So it's, you know, everyone knows this if you've used this spell at all. Like, shape water is very sort of DM dependent. So, how much animating the water means you can move it from place to place is entirely up to you. I took them mostly for flavor, so feel free to limit it as you like. But I would attempt to sort of animate the water over from that puddle, and
It
then
is 5
freeze it
cubic
into a
feet of
blob.
water, correct?
Yes.
The acidic pool appears to be 10 feet in length. But 5 cubic feet of water can make a bridge, although you're not sure it would be sturdy enough to walk on.
Sure.
You could perhaps cover an area of the pool, And then sort of maybe, if you could get right up to here, you may be able to make a little path. Though,
So I can
again,
do it twice at once. I can do 2 of its effects at a time.
Yeah. I think one is freezing it though, right? And the second is animating it, no?
Yeah, so if once I animate it over there and then freeze it in place, now I've got just the freezing in action.
Oh, I see.
And
Yep. Okay, I can roll with that.
Second
Yep.
chunklet of water.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, again, you can make a bridge on it, and the acid will begin to bite through it.
Yeah.
I will tell you won't know whether it's safe to walk on until you either walk on it or put something of relatively similar weight upon it.
Right.
But it might stop the acid spitting up into the sky if you wanted to sort of, I don't know.
Well,
do
I don't
some
know
other
if I
thing.
should test it for you or if I should get across and not waste its capacity. I could probably just jump.
Acid. Okay.
Well, if it stops the acid from like bubbling up, could we then just like climb along the wall?
Do you have a means of climbing along said wall? You want to just sort of put
My
your hand on it
hands
and...
and feet.
Judging as you look at it, you think that... Well, you're not looking at it right now, but we assume that you are. You would look at it and think that it's probably beyond your climbing abilities with hands and feet. Also, guys, I have just noticed that we haven't taken a break. Time kind of flew here. Are we good to go for 40 minutes and just end?
I'm good either
Fine
way.
with me.
Yeah, cool. Right, absolutely fine. In that case, can we take 30 seconds? Is that all
Yes.
right? Cool. We will just do a 30-second 1 minute. If you need to go for a quick piss or grab a drink, that's great, but let's not go make lunch, yeah?
Got it.
Sorry, I did not know I was adding it to that screen as well. Sorry for the loud music. Apparently I threw some loud music at the stream without even realizing. Okay, fantastic. So we pick up with Felix looking at the walls and thinking perhaps if he had a grappling hook or something, he might be able to no, not grappling hook, what are they called? Pitons, pythons, nobody ever knows how to say that word. Yeah, if you could possibly use those to climb across, but the problem is if you failed, you'd probably fall onto the ice and discover if it's strong enough. Also,
well, without putting too much of my body weight onto the ice, could I quickly use it as to then leap myself over, but not fully put my weight on?
If you jump from it, you will put more force on it than if you just walked.
I have a question. Is the ice already down?
Yes, but for the sake of our roleplay, he's continually resuming it to keep it there in place until you're finished your conversation. So there's no major rush on it. But yes, the ice is present.
I'm gonna have whilst everyone's conversing about this, I'm just gonna have Elmore sort of run and do a slide across the ice. You know what I mean?
Okay, Joe, I need 2 d20s, please. You're basically rolling a d20 at disadvantage here. I will tell you for free, if you get below a 10, Elmore's going for a swim.
Well, they're both below 10.
Great. Elmore, I'm afraid the ice crumbles. And from you, I need a dex save to see how fast you can get out.
Do I save him?
16.
Okay. At this moment, I say to you, click. Each one of you sees Elmore fall into the acid from the other side of... I'm going to put you in the acid. Go for a swim. Oh, God. Hold on.
I'm not looking.
No, it's alright. I just... I need to bring you to the front. Yeah, so each one of you sees Elmore fall in and go for a swim. At this point... let's go first to Bellows, as you were closest. You see the ice give way as Elmore falls in.
Yeah, I'm just going to try to launch from the solid ground I'm on and try to just dive all the way across, not hitting the ice, and just shove him with me as I go. It's my best I can.
Ooh. Go ahead and make me an acrobatics check. Felix, what are you doing? As you see Elmore go for a swim, and then Bellows sort of leap across and try and grab him and pull him over. Sorry, just to clarify, Joe, you can make acrobatics or athletics, whichever you prefer. I should have said that. Felix, what are you doing?
Do you want to ask everybody, or do you want my results?
Yeah, no, I will wait until everybody's...
Okay, that's what I figured.
Yeah. Felix, you haven't got long. You will miss.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try and jump over. But you know how people in movies or video games pretend this is the body, right? Mm-hmm. They jump so they're woo, and then do a roll.
Okay, are you gonna wait till they're out the way? I'm asking you what you're trying to do to help Elmore, who's going for a swim, not how you're rescuing yourself.
I'll just wait until to see if Elmore Bellows. Sorry.
Okay, so you lose out on your click opportunity. I am. Yeah, you can just about see round the corner.
Okay.
I will say to you, you can't do anything that requires melee range.
Okay, that's fine. Can I use Harashan's instant ward to reduce the damage he takes from the acid? By creating kind of a little bit of a telekinetic bubble that maybe makes him take less acid damage?
Fantastic. I come back to Elmore.
The rest is my ass.
I come back to Elmore. What was your dex save?
Yeah.
My dex save was a 16.
Okay. I come to Bellows. What was your athletics or acrobatics check?
Athletics, 20, dirty.
A 20. Nice. So, what I will say here is that as soon as you drop in, you take 12 points of acid damage, reduced by...
Whatever that is. 8.
Reduced by 8, so you only take 4 points of acid damage. Look at you go. That is brilliant. Okay, you are also able to grab Bellows' hand as he rolls over, sort of grabbing your arm and then rolling to the other side. The two of you make it to the other side. Our moment is over, and I need to stop our tense stare down music, which is what's going to happen every time we press click, because that's intense shit. Cool. You may leave the pool over there. You're both out. Cool. Felix.
Look down at Bellows and say, "Oh, Bellows, I could kiss you."
Although you have seen Elmore go in and come out, I will inform you that you have noticed that if Elmore had skin, he would have taken a lot more damage. As, yeah, falling in there is not really an option. Also, I'm afraid, Bellows, you now can't see the water to manipulate it.
Yep, there.
Unless you fancy jumping back. Probably not the best. Good bet.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and do what I said, and I'll also I'll use my last knowledge of a past life.
If you jump that way and you roll, you are going to hit a wall.
No, I'll.
That was me measuring that.
I'll jump this way.
Yeah, you're going to have to jump like that, okay?
Okay, yeah, sure.
I will allow Bellows to reach over just in case you're going to fall and yoink you if you're going to fall too close. Go ahead and choose between acrobatics and athletics. Which one are you choosing?
Acrobatics.
Then you may use your knowledge of a past life without a check.
That's a 16.
A 16. You make it across. And take 3 acid damage as it spits up at your leg as the ice is no longer covering it.
How much damage, sorry?
3 acid damage. Well, having seen this, friend Arcodivos, what doing?
Is there any way that y'all would like to perhaps wander around a little bit and see if there is a lever similar to the one we found near the ice? Maybe there is something that will deactivate the trench of acid?
Elmore's on it.
If you are gone more than a few minutes, perhaps then you can return and I can try to leap death-defyingly as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I am not so good at leaping.
What does the ceiling look like?
It's sort of just very standard cave-like. There's sort of overhanging rocks. There's occasional small stalactites.
Heights, yeah.
I'm good at this. Hold on tight, stalactites. There are the few small stalactites hanging from the ceiling. Nothing really grabbable, but you could possibly, if one perhaps had milled into stone, for example, you might be able to use it for handholds. Other than that, without a magical ability to penetrate it, it doesn't look like it'll. There's too much going on, really, to be able to just grab. Elmore, are you going seeking?
I am seeking, yes.
Where are you going?
I'm going to go up to the north.
Okay, go ahead and go 5 foot at a time, and I'll let you know when to stop at any point. So keep going. Yeah, it's fine.
This red dot to the left of me is nothing of importance.
Sorry, this?
It looks like that thing right there.
Oh, that's a mushroom. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be of any particular use. It certainly doesn't seem to be alive. If you poke it with a sword or gun, it will shrivel up and die. Other than that, it doesn't seem to be of much importance.
I'm definitely gonna step on it as I walk by.
Okay, yeah. Arcrovos will inform you of nothing. You cannot see it.
Moving north still.
Bellows doesn't recognize it, neither does El. It could be edible, for all you know, but it doesn't seem to be poisoning people. You do, however, see some mushrooms at the end that you've seen used before in an alchemist's shop. You're not really sure if they're of any importance or any worth, but they're there. You may take another step if you wish.
I'm just going to move so I can peek back down the other way cleanly, but I know what I see there, because it's the other side we saw from before.
You see some small orange mushrooms that don't appear to be of any importance. Other than that, you see some gatherable mushrooms at the end and a dead end.
Is that Bellows or me?
That's you, El.
You.
I see just the mushrooms and a dead end, eh?
Yeah, mushrooms at the end. You've seen them in an apothecary's shop before. You can't really remember their names, as far as you know. I don't think you're a mushroomy kind of guy.
No,
I'm not going to let you make a nature check. Well, Felix can't remember anything from more than 6 months ago, and Bellows doesn't care if it's not exciting, so I'm not going to say that anybody knows what it is. But it's definitely a mushroom you've seen before, and other than that, it's a dead end. The yellow ones, they're just, again, they could be edible. You're not sure. They don't seem to be doing anything dangerous. They don't seem to have any magical properties, and it is a dead end. We can keep going, but it's still a dead end, I'm afraid.
I'm just a dead end, eh?
it doesn't have half of the giant letter S sticking out of the wall or whatever.
What
that
is
was.
that?
Yeah,
I was wondering what token level that is
I can
in.
see something there. I was like, what is this?
Yeah, no, I don't know what that's meant to be, but it's nothing of any relevance. I suppose it might be a secret door, but then it'd be in the GM level, like everything else. I don't know. It's a mistake, I think.
So I'm gonna kick at the mushrooms and say, fuck! And I'll come back.
Okay. Are you kicking at the red mushrooms or the yellow or the orange ones?
Ooh.
Because
The orange one.
yes, the red ones you know may have some alchemical value.
Yes.
Those ones. So you're kicking the orange ones. Okay, great. That's fine. They do nothing. I'm just wondering how many you would have destroyed if you if you kicked the red ones. That's all. Our Corvos may want to snort them or something later.
So we'll make our way back, I guess.
Okay. Felix is
And,
looking at the next path. Are you going down the next path or?
I mean, if you can go down the next path, but I want to go back to sort of across the way.
Yeah, I mean, just bear in mind that probably took all of about 25, 30 seconds. Maybe a poke around at the mushrooms. Maybe it took a minute. Okay.
Well, if there's nothing obvious, perhaps I shall attempt, as Felix did, to leap to safety.
Well, hold on now. Well, hold on. Let's see what the other boys concerned.
There's still more to be discovered.
Okay, obviously you see the acid pit that you saw from the other side. That was a nice view. And you see that there may be a left turn. Left by your character's perspective, not by yours. Pelos. Yep, so you can keep going. If you wish. Ah! There's a path up there. Somebody's throwing forks around, if you don't mind, Rico. That's incredibly loud.
Sorry.
Yeah, as you look up there, you see that the dungeon goes on. Who would have thought?
Do we have? I'm obviously like looking at it just in general terms. Like this acid square is larger, but given the spaces, do we have any sense of which one would be easier to get across? The one we've already crossed, or this one?
The one you've already crossed would be a lot easier to get across.
Right.
I don't even think. I mean, when you approach it from the other side, we didn't even consider crossing it. It's also, this one is a lot more bubbly. Like it's coming right up to the ceiling. Crossing it would be severely dangerous. By Bello's estimation, even he does not find that exciting.
Let's go drag our Corvos across that one.
Alright. Let's see. Anything else I can do to make it easier?
I do actually have a grappling hook, but I don't think there's any use for it. It was Piton's.
A piece of rope tied to the end of it could be vaguely useful, but you do run the risk, of course, of the acid corroding it if it hits in the wrong spot.
Well, I also have acid damage for a moment, for a round, if need be. So, it'll start your next turn. Yep. Okay. So I can absorb elements to have acid damage if I happen to fall in the acid. But
Go ahead and make your leap.
yeah, I think I'm going
trying to grab him as he comes.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold on to Bello's waist to help him pull him back.
You can stand
Here,
there
what do I
with
have?
arms around him if you want, but it won't help him.
You probably can't actually.
Yeah.
Bony arms
Yeah.
probably don't even connect.
You going for it, Miago?
Hold out your spanner so I can grab it.
Yeah.
Athletics or
Alright, am I
acrobatics, your choice.
making athletics or acrobatics?
Yeah, your choice.
Get across?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got a +1 acrobatics, so we're going to do that instead of my -2 athletics. And yeah, so he's going to do his best to take a running start and leap across, and... Not great at an 8.
I'll take a
Or no,
dex...
that's the wrong thing. Why did that...
Okay, you rolled a 1d4. Which was quite a good roll.
No,
if we're being real.
that's the absorb damage thing that I did. Not sure why. And beyond 20, my acrobatics is a 7.
I see the acrobatics check as well at the bottom.
Yeah. Oh, okay, you do. Okay. Oh, there it is.
Yep, I need a dex save
okay.
from Bellows, please. To see if he can catch you. I will tell you for free, this DC is bloody high, considering you got a 7.
Yep.
Well, the danger sense of the barbarian is normally to prevent, but it doesn't actually say like to avoid.
You
Just
can
as
see it.
against
You can roll with
effects that
advantage.
you can
You
see.
can roll with advantage, you can see it.
Yeah, I didn't think.
Okay.
Oh Good lord. Still only an 11.
Yeah. No. You sort of reach out a swing. You can't catch him. I'm afraid you fall in, and you are not a skeleton.
Nope.
However, my dice are fucking kind. I have rolled 3 1s and a 6. You take 9 acid damage.
All right.
As you fall
I
in.
will use absorb elements though to have it.
And give me a dex save to see how fast you can get out.
Yeah.
Because you may need to take another lot of damage, I'm afraid.
Yep. No, that's fair. That's fair.
I had not
I
considered
rolled
you
4.
guys would even try and cross these acid pools. A 4. Yeah, you take another round, I'm afraid. And that's
I
not
imagine
so.
Nice.
That is 17 as base damage, so you may half it to 8.
Gonna,
As I said, I did not
absorb
expect you guys to take the risk of jumping over the acid pool. Okay, as you reach the edge, you actually find that you're not strong enough to pull yourself out. But Bellows reaches down and yoinks you out by your back.
I'll take it.
Once you're out, there is acid corroding all your clothing. Do you have any weapons or anything of importance on you?
I have a dagger.
How about a backpack? Do you have one of them?
I do have a backpack. Can I use improved prestidigitation to clean the acid off of me?
Before you do, I'm going to make a roll. That is a 12.
Alright.
Nice in your backpack. What's in your backpack?
All kinds of stuff.
Hmm.
I got
You
a
spent
book,
quite a while in
crowbar, some ink, some sand.
Crowbar sounds heavy. You no longer have one of those. Everything else seems to be alright, but there is a hole in the bottom of your bag. You notice sort of, as you get out, things are falling on the ground. You can advance prestidigitation to get rid of all the acid.
Alright.
You could probably patch that up with just like a pin or something if you've got it.
I'm gonna just turn it upside down. Just, yeah, the hole is at the top instead of the bottom.
Fantastic, I love it. That
Fix
was
it later.
rough. That was really rough.
Yeah, it was. So
Okay.
I think I'm going to cure wounds myself real quick too, because I'm down to 7 hit points. So.
Yeah, at this point, as you all sort of look around at each other, you think, they're not all looking great, to be honest. I will tell you that that mushroom cavern up to the top, as you guys have inspected a fair way around it,
Get away from the acid pool.
you could take a risky short rest in there if you wish.
Yeah, let's do it.
You kind of get the idea that that room maybe is safe. You don't think anything's going to come around the corner. If perhaps one of you didn't need the rest, you could keep watch. I mean, not that you're going to go to sleep, right? But, like, you could keep watch from a different angle if you wish.
I can keep watch. I've got 18 out of 23.
That is a very specific and strange thing to apply to how well you're feeling. But very well.
On a scale of 1 to 23. I'm
Scale of 1 to 23, I'm feeling about 18. Great. That's what we like to hear. Yeah, cool. So, I don't know if you want to stand there. Just so you can see both ways. Felix? Yeah, that works. The rest of you may take a short rest.
Alright.
And you can press the button safely.
Elmore will sort of play like a nice sweet little and give us a nice little song of rest.
Lovely. By the way, if you wanted to take the short rest and not cure wounds, you may have that spell slot back if you wish.
Okay.
Miyago.
Yeah, I'll do that then.
Yeah, I sort of said it as you were saying you were cure woundsing. Yes, man is not
yeah.
idiot. He
Yeah, I'll do
knows. Ooh. Not the hit die you were hoping for, Mr. Bellows.
Could have burned
No, I don't know if I'm going to use the second one, though. I'm going to actually add the d6 from the...
So d6 to both of you. There's your excess here, and obviously Arcorivos. Sorry, not Arcorivos. Elmore. Do you gain the d6 if you don't use a hit die?
No.
No.
No, I think you have to use a hit die.
Cool. Okay. And of course, he rolls a 10 on his d10. I could have handed that to Bellows. Congratulations. Yeah.
What was the other?
As you listen to the music of Elmore's guitar and you all consider the way you've been, you feel safe under Felix's watch. I will also say, El, just in case you didn't at this point, you're able to repair your gun. It will fire nice and cleanly in future. I think you probably did that, like, all the way back there, but it may have got damaged by the acid. It seems to be all right. You didn't spend as long in there as There's Alcoros.
Yeah, Al will sort of like yank a couple of fingers off of his left hand and sort of tinker with the the boomcaster until it seems to be operational.
Yeah, I have to be honest. I did not consider for one moment we would try and jump across the acid pits. But that's
Well,
what we
everyone,
did.
they're all so weak, but like I felt like I should be able to just do it. So
Maybe.
Yeah.
I guess for me, I mean, I wasn't really going to give you much of a challenge to get over it. It was more that you were trying to grab.
oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
I didn't do it until it was.
Yeah, until you
Extra
needed to
problems.
grab him across on the way.
Yeah,
I thought you might need to check for that one. Regardless, you all
yeah.
recover pretty well. You feeling okay-ish? Is anyone not feeling okay?
Oh, I'm great now.
I can't see. Rico's HP has not gone up, so I don't know.
Oh,
If,
sorry.
yeah, that's
I'll-
all right. I'm just confirming if you guys all feel ready to move onwards.
Yes.
Cool. I'm assuming we're not going back across the acid.
Nope.
Well, that's good.
No.
Go ahead.
I'm not.
No, Arcromos is staying here, even if this is the only way out.
Yeah. I can live here with the mushrooms, people.
Yeah, cool.
Start a new
By
life.
the way, just on a side note, Arcromos was able to identify that those mushrooms up there were Amanita cap. They are used in alchemy, and should you wish to add any to your inventory, you may do so. You can gather 3 lots. You would know that they are valuable to herbalists.
Yeah. I'll grab 'em.
Yeah, so you may add 3 times Amanita cap to your inventory, and go ahead and head on downwards, if you wish. You can stay up there all night if you like, but... Yeah! Bellows, you can see exactly what you could see before. Cool. Now you can see a little further.
It is an S.
It is an S. I don't know why it exists. I imagine it was meant to be a secret door, but it doesn't make any sense, because a secret door to a dead end is a secret door to a dead end. So, go ahead and keep walking. Yes, I'm making the assumption that Bellows is in the lead at all points. Aha! Hey, you see a lever, Bellows? That's nice, isn't it? You also see a rock.
There's a big rock and a lever up here. Should I turn it?
The elf will be happy to hear about rocks.
Indeed. You will likely be excited.
Well, pull it off,
Where did we all
then.
go? I was messing with inventory. Where'd everyone go? There we are. Okay.
Yeah, then I'm right.
Perfect. Wow.
Bellows, are you pulling said lever?
I want to look around and see if I have the slightest idea what it might do.
Give me a... insight check?
Okay. $11.
Not your fear.
It could do something with that rock next to you. It could do something with the acid pool all the way back there. Or it could do something that you can't see.
Is this campfire currently lit?
It's not actually a campfire. It is a small set of rocks with a bit of lava bubbling up in the middle. Sorry, I know it looks like a campfire. Its primary purpose is to give light right now. You do see some old animal bones just down to the right of it. Could have potentially been a squirrel, or a raccoon, or something else. Yeah, Bellows, you're not really sure what the lever does.
Then I'd better turn it to find out.
Okay. It
How
bites
science
you.
works.
It bites him?
It bites you.
Oh, it's a mimic lever.
Haha.
No!
Good. Roll initiative, please. Oh, hold on. Do not roll... Well, I mean, you can roll initiative, but I'm not going to see it. Because it thinks that you have 2 random people in your party. Because when I set up this this encounter, 2 of our players had not yet joined the campaign. Okay, did anybody already roll initiative?
Nope,
No, not
not
yet.
yet.
Wait.
Okay, fantastic. Go ahead.
Bacha. Ooh, much better. I can participate this time.
Will that one on initiative do anything?
Cool.
No.
No.
Gives you a low number.
It does give you a low number. That is correct.
I got a 20.
Arconibos, as you see this... before we do anything. You take... No, wrong one. Well, that's the same thing. You take 5 piercing damage, Bellows, as you are bitten by your lever. Arconibos!
I refuse to learn from this.
All right.
That's what we like to hear. You're up.
Excellent. All right, let's see here. I am going to shimmy.
So just for retrospect, right? This is a sort of... It's got like a wheel base that can sort of roll around a bit. It has a lever stick coming out of it, and halfway up the lever stick, it just has a mouth with nasty little teeth.
All right. Let's
But
see.
this one
I'm
could be
going to
hanging
go
out
up here
Bellows'
and use my Mind Blast.
Whoop.
For 8 psychic damage, it may make an intelligence saving throw. DC...
That is an 11.
15 for half. Okay.
So, sorry, it's 8 psychic damage?
Yep.
Cool. Nice. Whoop.
Well, that's an action, and yeah, that's my action.
Felix.
I am gonna throw a little flicker of flame over at him.
Okay, go ahead.
That is a 13.
It's a hit.
Yeah.
That'll hit.
That's 8 fire damage.
Okay. Bellows, you're up.
I shall recklessly smash it.
Please do.
That'll be 16.
That'll hit.
For 13 bludgeoning
Ooh.
damage.
Big hit. Oh, dilly dally. Please find the button. It is wounded. Elbow, you're up. Oh, sorry, Bellows. Any bonus action?
No.
Okay, cool. Just checking. Elbow.
Bellows will sort of, Bellows. Elmore will move down a little bit to get a nicer line of sight on this thing and fire off a blast.
I just love the idea that the bard has decided what everyone is doing. You, attack it! You, I'm shooting!
That's a 25 to hit.
Is that an nat 20?
No, it's a 19.
Oh, sad times. Yeah, go ahead and give me some damage. Is the music cutting out for everybody else or just me?
It's coming out. Ooh, nice hit.
No, is it cutting out?
Fine for me.
It's
Oh
just
no,
me.
it's
Okay,
fine.
cool. Yeah, 15 big deeps.
15 plus 5.
Plus 5, because sneak damage, yeah. Okay, it is severely wounded. And because it is very frustrated and annoyed. Oh no, you're not in melee range. Okay, carry on. It has a reaction, it can't use it. I should have hit Bellows with it.
I think...
I couldn't actually.
No, I'll my turn. We have the short lists. Yeah, that's it for me.
Okay, cool. He will take a bite at Bellows. 14 to hit.
No.
Oh, Carnibos, you see a severely wounded lever in front of you with some teeth.
Excellent. I think I'll just fire off my Metacreative Ray.
Create some metal.
Fire damage if it lands. There we go.
That'll hit.
AC of 25.
Hell yeah.
For 8 fire damage. I don't know
Ooh.
why it says Constitution save. There's no saving throw.
You see it is hurt, but not dead. Just that concludes your turn.
Is that is all?
Felix,
Finish it, my friends.
finish it. I would say it's more to its knees with damage, but it hasn't got any knees.
I am gonna, just keep launching those little flames.
Yeah, it already appears to be on fire, so it should be
That's
effective.
23,
That'll hit. Please go ahead and describe its demise.
and that's 6 fire damage. It looks like a lever, right? As like the flame like launches at him, like he just like wails out. I don't know if mimics can talk or not, but he kind of wails out, "No!" as it melts.
Lovely. Yes, there is no lever there anymore. As far as you know, Bellows, it never was a lever. It was but a mimic. Sad times.
Oh. That was exciting, yeah. Well done,
Indeed.
everyone.
How much XP do we get?
Oh, sorry. Yes, you are correct. Very correct. Well done. Please do remind me if I ever forget that. I do appreciate. You gain a grand total of 113. No, that can't be right. The other fight was more challenging and gave less XP? No, never mind. You get a grand total of 113 XP each.
Yeah.
Isn't that exciting?
All right.
And what about for fighting the acid?
No.
Nothing! You should have performed better.
We overcame a challenge.
You did,
We didn't do it gracefully.
and for doing so, you got nothing.
Well, onwards then.
With the power
Perhaps
of
we are more cautious with inanimate objects that we find.
All of your progress of passing challenges contributes towards the dungeon experience, of course. Yes, you found a dead end. It is dead, and an end.
Delightful.
Delightful. Beautiful. You do, however, remember, of course, that if you went back a little ways, there is a path up. Can I just confirm? Can you guys see the areas of the map that you've already passed at this point?
Yes.
You can,
Yes.
yes? But it's kind of faded
Little
and
bit.
grey, correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
Beautiful. It's working. That's what we liked in here.
Yeah.
Yes, there is a passage up to the right, which you can see. Beautiful. It appears to be clear. All the way to the end. Akorimos is making swift progress. And at this point,
I'm excited.
you can see some crystals. You don't know what they do? They're at the very bottom right. Akorimos, you see the icy ground that you passed earlier. From
Indeed.
the other side. And some crystals at the bottom right.
Oh,
They don't appear to be
crystals.
magical in any nature. They merely appear to be naturalized quartz, most of which has been removed here, but you know, it's kind of nice. You could do something pretty with it, but it doesn't actually have any benefit or value as far as you know. And as you step there at the very end of the path, you see... I don't know what you see, actually. Somebody sees it. You see a chest bound in gold with a statue next to it.
That I do not see.
Now
Let's
we're
bite
talking.
it first this time.
Do you not see it?
Not just yet.
Oh, you are 5 feet away, yes. There's a
Now I
chest
see
at
it.
the end. Fantastic.
I see.
Guarded by a statue.
Let's see.
Well, I say guarded. It's a statue standing next to it. Statues don't tend to be particularly active, but it, you know, it's there. Make of that what you will.
Do we want to open this chest?
Why, Felix, I thought you'd never ask.
Then I'll flick my hand, and a flamey hand will appear in front of the chest, and we'll attempt to open it.
It appears to be locked.
Oh man, my mage hand isn't very dexterous.
No. I'm afraid that only one person can unlock... Ah! That's not true, is it? 2 people can unlock chests in this.
Probably
I think
two.
3 of you actually have access to these tools. But we did decide before the campaign that it would be Elmore who is the resident lock picker.
Indeed.
Wisheth vow to pick eth lock.
I
Or
would like-
alternatively, however, I will say to you as you look at it, it is wooden. It could be smashed. Though you don't know what is inside, it may be precious.
I'm gonna sort of run my hand along the chest and sort of like give it a sniff.
It is most definitely not trapped in any way as far as you can tell. It doesn't appear too difficult to unlock.
All right, well then I will once again yank a couple of fingers off the old hand and start getting to work.
Okay.
making a?
Sorry, you don't have a thieves tool check on your page yet, do you?
No.
Dex check plus proficiency modifier, please.
Exactly.
If you have a dex skill you're
I'm
proficient
just
in,
gonna
you
roll.
may just use that.
I'm just gonna roll like one of my other.
If you are
plus 6
proficient
modifiers.
in a dex skill, then you may just use that for your thieves skill. For your
Okay,
thieves check.
I'm gonna roll just acrobatics.
Yep, absolutely fine. The chest pops open and the statue animates and comes to life and attempts to punch you in the face. Roll initiative.
Oh shit!
Who knew? Imagine.
Quick.
I will say we've got some fucking brilliant battle music for this battle.
Oh.
Beautiful.
As the statue comes to life, Felix just thinks in his head, "Well, you didn't have to be psychic to see that coming."
Let me know if that's too loud for you guys.
Nope.
I just wish it wasn't cutting out. I'm up ready to refresh my page. We'll see if it... I'm going to cut the background cave music for now. See if that helps. Elmore! You see this statue come to... I'm going to refresh my page. Bear with me a second. Because that is really pissing me off. He's like... Beautiful. I know this is such a good track. Elmo, you see the statue animate and it pulls out a large claw. I thought it was going to have a sword. It doesn't. It sort of unleashes towards you. It is your turn. What are you doing?
Okay, startled and taken aback by the statue coming to life, I'm, with my quick thinking, going to sort of crank the volume up on the guitar and let out a thunderous... and I will cast Thunderwave to...
That is why they call it the Boomcaster.
Yeah. Cast Thunderwave and attempt to push it away, so that'll be a DC 12 Constitution saving throw.
Oh, it turns out the music is also quite loud. That is a 13.
Oh, fucker. So I passed. It takes half of 9 damage. Thunder damage.
Okay, you notice the thunder seems to affect it quite strongly. And despite the fact that it braced itself for the attack, it still appeared pretty hurt by it. Make it that what you will. Any bonus action, Elmore? Any movement? Anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the risk and sort of back away from it.
He will swipe viciously at you, thinking, I rolled well in initiative, idiot. I got to use my reaction and then have a turn. And he will swang at you for 24 to hit. That's a nat 20, I'm afraid.
My goodness.
My dice are always good. It's a 6. 6. Did that not roll in thingy? What's it? No, it didn't.
What kind of damage?
It is a total of 8 slashing damage as it's at your back. That's a new word, by the way. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, and as I take that, I'll sort of move behind.
Yep.
I can move
Everyone.
through Felix, not a problem.
You can move through everybody's space. It just counts as difficult terrain, so you've just moved 25 feet. Yeah?
That's fine.
Cool. Felix. As you are stepped through by Elmore.
Yes. I can't remember. I know that in other campaigns you've done this, but I don't know if you are in this. Do we get anything for rolling in that 20 on initiative?
Yes. You get advantage on your first action.
Okay, cool.
Did you get that
So
initiative? Oh, so you did. Okay, sorry.
it's okay. So
I'm gonna
I
hide.
will
Did you?
use 1 sorcery point to twin spell of fiery chromatic orbs at the gargoyle.
Can you
What?
twin spell and hit the same target? No, you can't.
Yeah, shit, you
That's
can't.
not how twin spell works.
Yeah. So.
I will say it's 2 separate attack rolls. I will not say that you can hit the same target twice in it.
What if I attack one at his head and one at his leg? Okay, fine. Instead, I'll use one of my second level spots and cast it at second level.
Okay. And this is fire damage, correct?
It is.
Cool.
Yes, would
Do you
like
wish to give me
say-
an insight check? I think you should give me an insight check. Or perhaps an intelligence check. See if your character is brighter than you are. Give me an intelligence check.
But it doesn't matter, James.
I mean, it sure as hell does.
I mean, it doesn't in roleplay
Because you
sense.
want it to be flame.
Yeah, because that's the whole point of his backstory.
Okay, that's fine. If your character would just use flame because he uses flame, that's fine. But you did notice that the thunder damage that came out of Elmore was most definitely superiorly effective.
And unfortunately, I don't have a guitar.
Cool. So fire away. Go ahead and roll to hit. That's fine. I really appreciate people choosing to do fire damage because of role-playing reasons.
I just think if
yeah.
my, spoiler alert, the dragon in my soul, or whatever, like my Draconic Soul Sorcerer, if his dragon is fire,
Why would you do it
that
with thunder
seems
damage?
crazy
that's
to
fine.
then pick a different element.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Cool. Go ahead. As I said, I like it for role-playing reasons. I just thought you'd missed it.
No, I'm fully aware that I'm gaping myself. So that's a 16 to hit.
That will hit. I thought we were going to have that long discussion, then you'd miss. I was quite looking forward to it, to be honest. I'm a bit disappointed. Holy shit, James. Okay. Yeah, that looked painful. Really painful.
That's 16 fire damage.
Yep. Cool. Does that conclude your turn, Felix?
It surely does.
Akoribos. I believe you are.
So I am going to use a second level spell slot to cast Summon Wisp, which gives me 2 wisps.
Mm-hmm. And am I correct in saying you have access to those?
Yep.
Cool.
There we go. And then, well, I guess it did that. So at the end of my turn, or after my turn is done, it will fire off a little whatever it does.
Did you
for
add
an
it to the
AC of
map?
16. I have not yet.
Okay,
I just
cool.
kind of rolled it automatically. So I just,
So,
let's see. Where's my spell effects? There's my wisp. Boom.
it will hit. I just wanted to see it. Oh, does it summon 2 at level 2?
Yeah, you get 1 more for each level
Yeah, I
of
just
first.
thought it started... Oh, of course it's a first level spell. Yeah, cool. Great, go ahead. The first one hits.
So, excellent. So, 3 psychic damage from that one, and
Yep.
then macros for the other guy. So the second one, he gets to roll an 8.
Keel miss.
So,
Okay.
all right, 2
Um,
wisps. Pew, pew.
and the gargoyle will leap at you. Does that
Alright.
conclude your turn? Sorry, Aquarius.
Yep,
Yeah. Okay, it will slash once.
excellent.
That's a 20 to hit.
Ooh, that'll hit.
3 slashing damage.
All right,
And then it will take a bite or 2 for an 11 to hit.
that will not hit.
And then it will say, Bellows, it is your turn.
It looks right at
yes.
Bellows.
Oh, sorry. I just realized something. Bear with me. It's transformed into a moving gargoyle.
Huh.
Oh, that's what it looks like. That exciting.
Slightly cuter now. I
That
don't
looks
want
like
to
a
hit
puppy now. Yeah.
Yeah, I will.
Oh, really sorry. One thing before you make your decision, because it might change it. I don't know. It is wounded.
Yeah, I'm just going to. Well, I mean, I'll move a little bit actually, not out of its range yet. But in case anybody else needs to go anywhere, yeah, I'll go all the way back here actually.
If
And
you
then
go
I'll
there,
just-
you will be flanking. You may roll at advantage.
Oh, well, delightful. Then I don't need to reckless.
Right.
Thought we were doing flanking.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are always flanking. Only applies to melee range. You must be attacking the back of the target.
Sure. That's an 18,
Yeah, that'll hit.
and that will be 8 smashy damage.
8 smashy damage. Your weapon is not magical in any way, is it?
No, it is
As
not.
yet? No, it is not. Okay. Yeah, you hit it, but the skin seems to be very solid. You don't quite connect as thoroughly as you thought you would. Does that conclude your turn?
Yeah.
Great. Elmore, you're up.
Okay, so action to reload.
Why are you reloading? You didn't shoot it.
Oh yeah, I didn't shoot it. You're right.
I mean, you can reload pointlessly without any while it's still full of a bullet. But yes, I think perhaps firing it is a better idea.
Okay, if I can hit it, then I will hit it. Although I'll be shooting through the.
The wisps are tiny creatures, right?
Yeah, they're tiny floating creatures, so
Yeah.
they should be
They don't pose any problem.
easy enough to shoot
You
through.
will not have advantage. You will have sneak damage. Go ahead and give me a shot.
Here comes the boom. Hopefully.
That's either a nat 20 or a nat 1 if you say that. It's neither, apparently.
16 though.
Okay. 16 will hit. Go ahead and give me damage. I will assume that you also do not have a magical weapon.
You're correct. It'll be 11 damage.
To my fellow DMs, if it is resistant to piercing damage from non-magical attacks, does it half the sneak attack damage?
Yeah,
Thank you.
because
I
it's
thought
all
so.
piercing damage.
Yeah, I thought so. It's just Hunter's Mark, for example, is magical, so it's a weird one. So there's a total of 11 halved to 5. Yep. Okay, any bonus action? Elmore.
Bonus action. No, I'm gonna.
Yeah, it looks pretty hard. Phoenix, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna throw another fiery, flamey ball of flame.
Is that a chromatic orb or are you conjuring?
Chromatic.
Okay.
It's the last one I'm gonna do.
I would imagine so, as it's not likely to be alive at the end of it. It
Well,
looks
yeah,
pretty beat
meant
up.
more like resource value.
Yeah, it looks very beat up.
15 to hit.
Yep. That will hit.
It's awful. That is 5 fire damage.
Yeah, okay, it's still looking pretty beat up. Does that conclude your turn?
Sure does.
Okay, Arcane. I'm getting more and more
Alright.
excited every time I say that name. I'm really enjoying it. It's got a really good
Arcane.
Arcane.
As mundane weapons seem to be not the best way to go, he will lash out with his face tentacles.
Sick. Are they magical?
24. No, but they deal psychic damage.
Oh, yes, that's a thing. Cool.
So,
Sorry, 24 to hit, that'll hit.
yep. All right, 6 psychic damage.
Okay.
And then
Oh, I
at the
know
end of
what
my
you've done
turn, those guys are going to move out.
Oh.
They are using ranged attacks
No
because that
bonus
is
action.
the nature of them. I got. Oh yeah, I'm going to use a bonus action to use my psychometabolic surge and recover a couple of hit points.
If there was ever a time to use that, it's when your tentacles are hitting things in melee range, right?
Yep.
Yes, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Go ahead. Make
We're
their
gonna have to use
attacks.
hit points. There we go. Okay. Wisp number 1. They are. Oh, hold on. I don't remember the right button to do that. Nope. There we go.
In my head, every time you press the wrong button, something random opens on your screen. Like, there's a photo of the mountains from 1993. There's an attack by a bear. You know, and eventually it comes up.
The first wisp hit an AC of 7, which I imagine is going to miss, but
Why-
the second
why are
one
they
hit an
rolling
AC
at
of
advantage?
21. They're rolling at disadvantage.
Oh, why?
Because they're making ranged attacks in melee.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Because technically their attack is a ranged attack.
You
and
are
they're
correct.
right next to
21
him.
will hit.
So, but the second one will hit. So he will do 4 psychic
Ooh,
damage.
please describe how your tiny little wisp
No.
takes out a stone statue.
So just this tiny, weird, floating crown of thorns starfish as it just undulates and fires a little pulse of psychic energy. I don't know, just strikes it in the head and it just falls over drooling. Little blood trickles out of its nose as its mind is destroyed by my magics.
Beautiful.
Leaving its rocky hide intact.
Nice. I cannot find what I'm looking for, sorry. I will get to your XP shortly. I know somebody is already waiting to hear. There we go. I was trying to get the ambience coming back. I had to stop it with the battle music. That's 113 XP each. That's a strangely familiar number, isn't it? Have we broken even yet? We haven't, right?
No.
We're not quite level
Close.
3 yet. Okay.
Close.
Which is a weird one. Okay, and now in front of you, you see this chest is open. Inside, you see a candle and a beautiful sort of scroll, large sort of. It's bigger than a scroll. It's rolled up, and it appears to have. It appears to be on quite fine canvas.
Arcorios will grab it and roll it out.
Okay, and you see the following. you see a beautiful painting of a ship under the water. Down the very bottom right, you see this beautiful piece of art is signed Mauve Volant. Go ahead and give me a history check, L. Doesn't feel right. Doesn't feel right at all.
I'm good at
But I'll
history.
take it. Yeah, I'm wondering how much
And religion.
Arcorvos knows about paintings from...
I don't know. He spent decades at college.
Yeah, go on. I'll take the history check from Arcorvos. I mean, it's sort of a... This is one of these
You
where
hung out
I
with
want the
Carmen
person
once
who's
or
like
twice.
charismatic
Yeah.
and has been around the place, but then there's no logical check for that. It's a how many paintings have I interacted with check.
Yeah.
What did you get?
I got an 8.
An 8. Fantastic. L actually, ironically, passed. So, Al, you've seen this artist in a tavern once, possibly a Moreno, actually. Kellenvor was a collector, and yeah, Mauve Volant is a very, very excellent painter. The art is of very high quality. If nothing else, it may fetch a good price, although you could keep it yourself if you wish. The candle, however, Arcorvos, I will take an Arcana check. No, actually, I think this one, yeah, no, I will take that from Arcorvos.
Okay.
I was wondering if I was going to take an insight check, but yes. Oh, this dude is really
There
dead.
we go.
Oh, that's more like it. That is a
Yeah.
candle of the deep.
Ooh.
Okay. However, you seem to have reached a dead end.
That we have.
At this point, I will tell you that... actually, no, I will take a survival check from most likely Bellows. I'm assuming that you're good at that, yes?
Yes, I am.
Well, please, may I take a survival check?
Weird.
15.
15. Yes, you kind of work out that you've been around every bit of this cave and you've done all the circles. You're either going to have to enter that strange darkness or attempt to swim under the water.
Well, we're here to see a lake, right? I guess it's water then.
Indeed. Of course, the darkness maybe a little more accommodating to our physiology.
Well, I think that Bellows is a little more accustomed to the elements.
True enough.
I will, however, say to you that you will be able to remember that to get to the water, you will have to pass through a cloud of strange gas that made Felix feel like he would choke. Whereas to get to the darkness, you don't have to do anything except... Oh, you do have to get past a heated floor rune.
And that weird ice on the wall that frightened the hell out of us.
Yes, however, you will need to pass the ice on the floor regardless. I am actually going to move you guys because you know where it is. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I will not.
Before I leave the room,
Yeah.
I'm smashing the shit out of that gargoyle because Arcorvos left it psychically intact, but I'm smashing it up and just yelling,
Yeah.
"See, there's more than one way to manipulate stone and earth."
It turns out I can't move you all at once. It goes all fuckified. So if you want to just go down, you will all see it to the left. The ice upon the floor. I'm assuming the ice upon the floor is more to your liking than the acid pit.
Yes.
This time
Okay.
round. Yes, great. There's ice upon the floor. It looks like it might be a little bit slippery.
I'm not able to.
We do have someone with a penchant for pyrotechnics.
I was just gonna say, I'll conjure a flame and like try and melt the ice.
Okay, you do. And you see a pit.
Oh.
It's approximately 10 feet in depth. It would hurt if you fell into it.
You move my wisp down to the other side of me. For some reason, I can't grab it, and I think it's stuck in a wall. So you can move it, but I can't. There we go. Okay, yep, perfect.
Immediately threw it back in a wall, but
Yeah.
that's fine. Yes, there is a 5-foot depth pit.
How wide is it?
5 foot. Sorry, 15 foot deep, 5 foot wide. You could probably make a big step over it, but if you had have stepped on the ice, you may have fallen in.
Right, well, I'll hop across.
Yeah, you may do so straight away.
I will also hop across.
I don't think any of you are going to have a problem stepping across. You're not idiots. Cool. You've got back to here. Oh, there's nothing in that pool anymore. We've consumed that.
Oh, nice.
Okay. At this point, you may choose to go through the mist to get to the water, or through the heaty rune to get to the darkness?
I vote darkness.
I'm down with darkness as well, actually.
Bear in mind, the water was very cold, remember?
Yes. So unless Bellows really thinks that he can...
I'm blustery, but not actually much of a leader in any way, so I'll go with you guys. I mean, I'll run ahead. I'll be that kind of leading, but...
Yeah.
Felix, any opposition to the darkness?
But no.
No, but do we want to check what's down here first?
You have actually... I think... No, you haven't been down there. You're right. Go ahead, Felix.
Well, yeah. Let's check
Right,
Felix's
yeah.
thing first.
It'll...
Then we go into
Keep
the
going.
darkness.
Where I am.
Keep going. That's nice, isn't it?
I keep grabbing those lights instead of my character.
Oh,
No, yeah.
can you control them as well?
Yeah, they just
Yeah.
just get out of
Oh,
my way,
yeah.
lights.
Yeah, because anyone
Yeah.
can grab them. Yeah.
Right. I see. Yes. There's a whole pile of dead ends.
Yeah, it would have just annoyed me looking at the map and seeing that there was a place that I hadn't been.
Could have been a
Beautiful.
treasure chest there.
Okay, you may
Every
fast.
Final Fantasy game ever.
You may fast forward and just. I will tell you for free. It's round to the right. Oh, Bellows knew exactly. Oh, of course, you can see it in the grey, right? Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You can all see it in the grey. Okay, there's a heaty rune there. You can't turn it off. It's the lever's the other side. You know that. However, you
Yeah, but
all
I'm gonna
made
go across.
you all made it across pretty well.
I got stuck in a wall. There we go.
I can go shut it off if you want me to.
Yeah, I'll allow that. Bellows can just go and turn it off. And,
Yeah, I can't remember if this is-
that excites me. Hold on. Hold
Yeah, I
on.
don't know what the danger. I can't recall what the danger was down here.
There was none to you.
Well, then I go shut the thing off.
Okay, but I'm really excited by this, so you have to wait for it to load, because I really wanted to do this. Well, it's a really silly thing to be excited by, but...
We don't know that yet.
Elmore is lost.
I'm stuck in a wall because I was moving myself and my wisps at the same time, and somehow that got me on the other side of the dynamic lighting wall, and now I'm stuck.
Yeah, you've also rotated beautifully.
There we go. Yep.
Okay, I'm going to put our Corvos up here, just so he can see that, in
Perfect.
fact, I can turn the ruling off. Oh, that's really tilting. I'm tilting you. Yes, so I get to put the rune down with it off. Yeah, cool. No fire damage, Bellows walked through. All good. No cold damage, because Bellows walked through, and he's quite good with hot and cold. That's sort of his thing. Yeah. You may remember that the darkness is dead left.
Thank you.
Okay. You seem to have lost a wisp. No?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I just deleted him because it was getting stuck. So.
Okay, cool. Bellows, can I assume that you are going to be the first one to walk into the darkness?
I think so. I mean, I have stuff I could stick in there, but I refused to learn from things last time, so I'll just go in there.
Okay, cool.
Way to
Please do.
it.
I can't.
Oh, you actually can't move in there?
Mhm.
It doesn't let
Yeah,
me.
we can't.
Oh, weird. Bellows, you step in.
I do. There's some things.
Yeah, you guys will just hear this noise of, oh! And then some kind of slashing and smashing and all sorts of other things. Don't roll initiative yet, please. I thought I edited all the counters, but I missed this one. Because for some reason I didn't think we were going to go back and have a fight that we'd already avoided. What was I thinking? Yes, okay. Can I assume that as soon as you guys hear this, you will all run in and join him?
I can write.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, is anybody
Just what
want to
heroes
stay
do.
outside? For no reason whatsoever but to be annoying.
Nope.
Great, that's really good. Our Corvos. Felix, I don't know if you can see from in there.
Yep.
Our
Oh,
Corvos,
man.
can you see from in there and manipulate your token further inwards?
All I see is blackness.
I can't move my token.
Oh, now I can see.
Can you
stuff.
move it now?
Yeah.
Right, I can see
that's-
weird amounts at a time, though.
Yeah, now I can see this thing here. Now I
Yes.
can see stuff.
It's very difficult to make an impenetrable sphere of darkness. But you
Yeah.
guys are in this circle. I advise you don't leave it. In fact, weirdly enough, It's meant to be dark inside as well, so I don't understand why you can see the things that you can see. But for the sake of what's happened, we're going to fight in the light. Because that's how that works. It was just a wall of darkness this time, for some odd reason. Go ahead and roll initiative, please.
How lucky.
Alright.
I've also lost an enemy, which is super exciting. So, one of these things just died. Cool.
Stalactite just.
Okay, however, one of them comes and grabs at you. Which one is which? This one. Fantastic. It steps up and it bellows in the face. Or at least it tries. No, it doesn't. Never mind. Oh, no, okay. I'm sorry. I kind of forgot, and this really does need to be dark. Okay, so what I'm going to do, instead of doing something more complicated, is I'm going to make the enemies invisible. Okay?
Perfect.
And just imagine none of you can see anything in here, okay? Cool. You hear a splash onto the ground. Elmore, it's your turn.
Okay, Elmore. Do I feel that things are...
You feel
around
something,
me?
as you go to walk forwards, you actually feel something right in front of you.
Right in front of me. Okay, I'm gonna let out another...
You're not
thunderous-
sure if it's a friend.
Fair enough. I'm gonna let out another thunderous thunder wave.
Actually, we can do something really exciting here.
So anything within 10... Oh wow, it's very dark now.
I've just realised what I could do that was a lot easier than what I had originally done. Cool.
So each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from me must make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, and is that going to be positioned on you downwards?
Yeah, it like emanates from her.
Did I not give you a thunder wave thing?
No.
No. Okay, bear with me a second.
I probably used like anything that has a 30-foot diameter. Sorry, 15-foot cube.
Yeah, so it's 3 squares by 3 squares.
Bear with me a second. Let me see if I have a... Which way am I going? Am I going this way? Yeah, this way. Oh, it's because I don't have it.
It's okay, I can draw the shape, I'm sure. Basically be like...
I can't think of anything
I mean,
else
yeah.
with a 15-foot cube off the top of my head.
I don't know.
Kind of be like that. Can you see my...
All right. Okay. Yep. Which one? You have 2.
Oh, am I dropping squares? Whoops.
You have 2 squares.
Sorry, the one... I can't see them though, so I can't take the one away that I want to take away. The
Okay,
second
that is
one-
fine. That is fine. It's centered around you. You hear 2 little shrieks in the darkness. Give me damage.
No. So it'll be 10 damage, and if they failed, they'll be pushed away 10 feet, and if they pass, then it'll be 5 damage.
Okay. Cool. You hear a sort of clatter as something bumps into something else. That concludes your turn.
This is my turn.
Corvus. You feel something to your right, something to your left, and something directly in front of you. You have no idea which ones are friends. You may give me a perception check if you wish at disadvantage to try and smell them out, given you are kind of tentative.
Sure. If I can smell, I'm gonna try to smell at the one in front of me, see if that smells familiar or not. 9.
No, you haven't got a fucking clue. You think that's Bellows, you're right.
Alright. Yeah, I'm going ahead of me.
Okay.
And I'm going to lash out with
Can you
my,
ping in the vague direction?
here. Boom.
Okay, great. What are you lashing out with?
My face tentacles.
Fantastic. Go ahead and make an attack at disadvantage, please.
Alright. Oh. That's not how I do that. That's how I do that. All right. Ooh, that's probably not great.
What is
11.
it? An 11 will hit.
Oh, well. Oh, awesome. All right. Well. Psychic damage.
Cool. It lets out a
Tastes
yelp
like any
in
of my friends.
a strange sound and language that you've never heard.
Ah, excellent.
So,
then I will.
yeah, either one
direct
of your
my
friends
wisp
is
to attack right in
suddenly
front of me
become
as
a
well.
linguist, or you've hit the
Yeah.
right guy. Go ahead and make attack rolls for them at disadvantage as well.
Yep.
How long does that last, by the way, Summon Wisp?
An hour.
Oh, cool. That was nice of you, wasn't it?
Yeah.
An 8 will miss. A 23 will
All
hit.
right. 23. Not bad. Oh, for 1 psychic damage.
Cool.
Oh, now it's force this time. I don't know why.
Something else lets out a strange noise.
No.
Bellows, I need a
Different?
retroactive deck save, please. Yes, a different thing.
Okay. I guess I can't see it either, can I?
No. No, most definitely not.
That's a 9.
Fantastic! You fell 1 square to your left, if you don't mind, please. As you slid in on some sort of slick oil. However, you bumped into something, landed on top of it, and it seems to be beneath you. You went in first, so you know it's not an ally.
Okay.
You may attack it if you wish. But you are kind of...
Yeah.
You sort of... If you imagine, you slipped in, hit something, and then, like, bundled on top of it.
Yeah. Well, nobody sees anything because nobody can see anything. But I clang around with some devices at my boots and will rage, in mechanics terms.
I can't
does
see!
How does Boots have a pull start? Like a chainsaw,
Yes.
just like.
Yes. But you probably do hear some just sort of steam noises blasting around, and yeah, I guess I will hit this thing.
May I assume that you are attacking recklessly, as you are swinging in the darkness?
Yes, I am.
That sounds reckless regardless. Yes, you may go ahead and roll at advantage if you are hitting the thing you are lying on top of.
Okay, yeah.
Because you
I'll
can't not
hit
see that.
The
Right?
oiliness beneath me. Sure.
Yeah. Cool. When you cannot see it, but you can't not feel it.
All right, so that's 18 to hit,
Oh yes, most definitely.
and it will take. What's my rage is 3.
2, I think, at this level.
2. It's only 2, yes. So that is 15 of bludgeoning.
Fantastic. You hear a squish, and you think you might have gone through some brain as you smell this acrid smell.
And I will.
It appears to be dead. I will give you that. You know it's gone.
I will basically yell. Not that I'm frightened, but shouldn't we run off and make them fight us in the light? And I will
Maybe
run back out.
strategically,
I know you don't want us to
alternative
roll 20-wise run back out, but I want to run back out.
No, you can move back out. That's fine.
Okay. Well, I actually.
Which
can't.
way are you moving out?
I'm gonna go back the way we were, just because I know.
Back
it's
the
there.
way you were. Okay.
Yeah.
Um.
And I don't even know that everybody came in after me necessarily, so that's why I would
Yeah.
go
Well,
back.
you've now discovered they're not out here.
Yeah. So be
Okay.
it.
At this point, this could be interesting. Yeah, let's do that. I need a DC 10 Constitution save out of Felix and Arcoribus, please.
Con save.
Yes.
Oh, I'll take a 20.
Okay,
16?
for some reason it says dagger. Oh, well, that's because it's the wrong roll. Oh, it still says dagger. Okay. 16 and Arcoribus.
20.
20. Yes, you will take 2 fire damage.
Yep.
Radiant. I apologize. It's radiant damage.
Oh.
Radiant damage.
The dark creature does radiant damage. Who the fuck knew? Felix, you're up.
Okay, so Felix kind of panicking in this darkness. Will magical fireworks start to like glow from his chest and like rise up through his throat as he casts Dragon's Breath on himself.
Please pick
And
a
just-
direction.
What?
Oh, sorry. Yes, you're activating Dragon's Breath. Yes, go on.
And then I guess just panicking, like in front of him, he'll breathe.
Can you give me a ping, please, into which direction you're breathing?
Just like directly in front of me.
Oh, okay. Elmore, can I have a... Is it a con save or a dex save?
It's a dex. Everyone in the area makes a dex save.
Yep, okay. Oh, goodness me. Yep, go ahead and give me the damage.
That one knocked a 5 into a 4. That's that's 8 damage.
You hear two likewise shrieks go out. You hear a grunt from Elmore. I don't know why you can make a dex save against that, but I suppose it's by logic, that's how it works. Yeah, Elmore, you can go ahead and take half the damage.
I mean, I do agree though that I wouldn't exactly see the.
No, you wouldn't
fire
see it, but
coming.
perhaps as you felt the heat, you just sort of like... But you're also a skeleton that's less bothered by shit. So yeah, cool, that's fine. Does that conclude your turn, Felix?
Yes.
And little does he know whether it was useful or not. But we do. Yes. Okay, that is a 20 to hit you, Felix.
Yeah.
An 8 to hit you.
Nope.
A 9 to hit you.
Nope.
A 2 to hit you.
Nope.
And an 8 to hit you.
Nope.
They were some good dice, weren't they? You take 4 bludgeoning damage. Can you imagine if that had hit 5 times? That would have been quite scary.
I'd have to roll one of my 1,000 other characters.
Yeah, you feel the creature right in front of you. Elmore, you hear a series of coming from just down below you, slightly to your left.
And I can assume that was Felix.
Oh, you knew it was Felix getting punched a lot.
Okay.
You've heard that sound when you guys misbehave in a tavern before.
I'm gonna call out for everyone to sort of make a noise. So I can maybe get a feel for where they are in the darkness.
I told you I'm back here.
Noise appears from all around you. I'm over here, I'm over here. I'm back here. The little squid things go. Whoop.
Nothing in front of you though?
Somewhat. You heard a shout from somewhere over here.
Start ping that again.
Over here-ish.
Okay.
Maybe another shout from over here-ish.
I am going to try to take a step downwards, I guess.
Okay, yeah, you can do so. Yep.
And if nothing is in my way, I am going to maybe fire in the direction that I heard the pummeling from.
Yep.
Trying not to hit.
Please ping in which direction you're shooting.
Let's go here.
Sick.
That way.
That's what we like to hear. Go ahead and roll to attack. I have a feeling that Miyago knows exactly what I'm going to ask him in a second. What's the armor class of your squid?
It's
Actually, pretty good.
11 to hit.
11? Does it hit?
17.
Yeah, no, it just goes foo, straight over their heads. Yeah, you guys hear a little bullet like ping out in the distance down to your left. Arcolimos, you hear a bullet being shot to your left, and you sense a guy like kind of right in front of you. You kind of Felix actually bumped into you when he was getting punched. He's just to your left. You know that?
You know, I'm gonna try to go after whatever's punching him then.
Yeah, cool. Go ahead and roll a disadvantage.
Oh yeah, that seems fair. Actions. Oh, there we go.
I've always wanted to run a fight in the darkness. I just thought it was hilariously amusing. You can't see shit. What are you going to do about it? That'll hit.
16.
Go ahead and give me damage.
Alright.
You don't know what it'll hit, but it will hit.
Did it taste like Felix?
Oh,
6
no, it
psychic
tasted
damage.
dead. And a wonderful thing happens as that happens.
Ah, these things taste terrible. Alright, I
Oh.
can see a little bit. Oh, I can see a lot of it.
Cool. Can anybody not see?
I can see.
Let's see.
Fantastic. Felix, can you see?
We don't see bad guys if there are any left.
No, you just killed the guy who was maintaining the darkness, who was the last one. Cool.
Oh,
nice.
perfect.
So vision is yours. I am getting there on the music, sorry. And ahead of you, you see a dead guy.
Huh?
Do you?
That was
Is that a
quite
dead guy or some rocks?
unexpected.
Never mind, you see some rocks.
That's some rocks, yeah.
But it was a corpse. I was like, why haven't I made any notes?
Unexpected, but quite a bit of fun, actually.
There were a lot more guys.
It does.
I had no idea. How many guys.
FYI, you killed 6.
Okay,
Speaking
yeah.
of
that's underway.
six,
Easier.
4 of which you killed with Dragon's Breath.
Oh, nice.
Dope.
Okay.
speaking of death, how much experience did we get?
I will get you there in a second. For now, I will ask you, please, to place your tokens here.
Oh,
I think I was. Oh yeah.
where am I? There I am.
I dropped him blind. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you will do. Oh, you dropped him blind where?
I have no idea. I just dropped him.
That's good. Can you ping yourself so I can find you?
I can't even see. I think I dropped him somewhere around here.
What? Oh, yes, there we go.
There we go. I can't see anything.
Yeah, no,
but
you won't be able to. I have to reset your
Okay.
vision options. I'm getting there.
Perfect. Okay, no, just making sure.
If you have vision, would you kindly remove yourself from standing on other people? Thank you. That is helpful. I don't know why your settings don't carry over from page to page. Okay, can you all now see?
Yep.
Fantastic.
Yep.
As you enter the next level of the cave, we shall end session.
All right.
You gained, for the last fight, a grand total of
Bring in those guys.
6,400 and... No, 100 XP.
Damn you, James.
Did you break even?
No, but very,
Well,
very
shucks. What a fucking shame.
We gotta be honest.
Okay, beautiful.
We're literally 41 down.
yeah.
Okay, however, I am going to move you. Hopefully this doesn't fuck everything up. Over we go. And I will ask for your MVPs. We will start with Rico.
So I think that my MVP for today's session is gonna have to go to our Corvus's sort of intro scene. I thought it was just hilarious, dude. Cracked me up the entire time.
Actually, yeah, I'd like to say that. I'm going to ask her 2 MVPs. I'm going to ask her 1 MVP about the session and 1 MVP about one of your fellow characters.
Okay,
Yep, so that's your character.
so that's my character MVP. In terms of session, I think that I'm just gonna say that I think that we utilized Roll20 pretty damn well.
Thanks. I can go with that.
Very-
Yeah, we all did.
Few pickups and the darkness worked out swimmingly. I thought that the ambient music, especially in like the cave, was a
Cool.
good choice.
Great, I appreciate it. Coming next, I come to Miyago. A fellow character MVP and a session MVP.
All right.
A session moment.
Yeah. So, character MVP, Josh immediately like doing the improv comedy thing and going with, "Where's my buddy Cedric?" Where'd he
Yep,
go?"
if only he had
Like,
remembered its
just-
name.
Immediately tying in my
That was
summoning a
brilliant.
guy to him losing a man was just really good. And then yeah, I think kind of Roll20, just you taking the time to like program in all the spell effects so we could just drop them on real quick, and yeah, just kind of having fun with that. With the lighting was just kind of a lot of fun to crawl around a dungeon, which I haven't had a lot of that in D&D for a while. So
You may be bored of it
good
by
old
the end of this
dungeon
campaign.
crawling and traps.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely enjoying that aspect of it. Josh.
So my character of fellow player
You just
1.
got really loud. Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
Yep, carry on.
So my player 1 half of it is just the props to Miyago, Jodai, and Rico for like doing really cool voices. I really wish that it was something I could do, but it's not. But yeah, their voices are just really awesome and fun. But my actual party member one would be Jodai asking Felix how he's feeling, and in mid explanation be like, nope, no thank you, don't want to know.
I lost interest.
Yeah. And then
the session mode.
one of the session, I just love combat so much. It's so much fun.
Right? Yeah.
Just literally my notes are: we fight mushrooms, we win. We fight mimic, we win. We fight statue, we win.
Not even a note on the beautiful underwater painting?
Oh,
No, because it's an item and that'll be on the table, so I don't.
It's also a handout, so
yeah.
you've got it permanently. Okay, and Joe.
Fellow player, gotta be the guitar. Rico and the guitar. Particularly the Thunder Wave, which blew everybody away, which was just totally legit. And the first high energy inspiration that you gave to my character was very much like, oh yeah, like it literally helped me make a decision, right? Because I was like, I don't know if he cares about punching some mushrooms. Even though I'm a crazy like nut character, I still am a good guy, and I'm like, I don't know if we need to kill these mushrooms. But when it was like, I'm killing mushrooms.
Yeah, brilliant.
Then session-wise would be just the initial flight of the airship. I can't even remember exactly what elements it was. Something about the just the spinning things up and the blasting off and the speed of it and everything was it just. I mean, I know this is what you wanted, James, from the campaign as well, but it felt like you sort of took us all going, we just kind of want something like fun and like and rollicking and totally encapsulating it.
It started off as deep and serious in my head, so no, this is definitely going with what you guys put in, and I really enjoyed that aspect of it. It's also new for me. I do deep and serious all the time. Like, a bit of something exciting, fun, and different is, it's brand new for me, and I've loved every minute of today.
I would also like to give myself one anti-MVP for my own stupidity, which I'm enjoying, but which is going, hey, you know what? I've been playing. I've chose like some things about this character based on all the shit I've played so much, but also asked for a very different campaign. So now I have a character whose entire shtick in combat is supposed to be rushing around at high speed and dashing in different places, and we're in a bunch of tight tunnels where that's never going to matter.
It's not true. It will come into play, I promise.
It's okay. I'm not
the
even
first level
asking you
is
to change
super
things.
condensed. Yeah. But no, I agree. It's very strange, like running around like a madman. I suppose you could have done it in the darkness, right? Just zipped around in circles, just swinging like
I
a
was
crazy.
next going to just run through and just go like, I don't care how many people I run into, I have a lot of movement speed. But then they were all dead.
Yeah. So I'm going to pick something out for each character because I don't want to have any favoritism because there were so many cool things today. So first of all, I just love the Mind Flayers have German accents. If I could do a German accent, every Mind Flayer we ever encounter would have a German accent. Sadly, I cannot. For Rico, I kind of was excited about the guitar. I really did not expect such a cool, like, stance on things, Like, he's a bit of a badass. I love that. He's a dandy, but he's also a bit of a badass dandy. Like, his dandies don't give a fuck. And I love
just
that.
see him as like the mariachi from
What
the movie with
Desperado.
Desperado. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. For Josh, I loved the callback to the Vision super early. I'm really looking forward to how that progresses. Obviously, I don't know how much these guys knew about the fact that you were seeing visions. The fact that the very first quest is based on it is...
The thing is that, like, when I said it, I thought, well, these guys must know. Obviously, we talked about everyone knowing about the vision. But then I was like, I don't know if these people, as people, know what the vision is.
I know their characters knew about it, but I didn't think their players knew about it.
Exactly.
So it was really cool
I
to
was
do.
like, oh, shit, I've just mentioned something that they don't know.
No, it was brilliant. That's what introduced it, That's what we look for, like little reveals and stuff. So I really enjoyed that. And most importantly, my smartest player usually, Joe. My favourite moment of possibly the whole session was you doing something stupid and then going, and I'll never learn! And I just look forward to 25 sessions down the line, everybody just going, oh, he's done it again. As you guys like, I pulled the lever!
Well, and also,
The lever he just grabs immediately.
like, I struggled for, like, weeks where to put my stats because I didn't want to play dumb barbarian, so he's very uncharismatic. But it comes out to the same thing as he just wants to do shit, and it doesn't really matter.
It's great. And my session MVP was the fact that at no point in all of my prep did I have anything prepped for DC of jumping over or numbers of damage in or anything else to do with leaping over a pool of deadly acid. I just figured, I won't fucking do that. They're not stupid. Honestly, when Elmo fell in,
might be able to do it.
if it was session 8, your character died. Right? I will say that for free. If it wasn't session 1 even, that was the end of Elmore L. King. I was just like, what kind of idiot jumps over a pool of bubbling acid? You fall in there, you dead. And then I was sitting there going, do I take away every item he has? Like, that feels harsh. I was like, I'll steal Miego's crowbar. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know he won't miss that too much. Somebody else has probably got one. But, yeah, it was just like this horrible moment of like, in my head, you die here. Like, I will warn you full up. If we do something that catastrophic in Dungeon 5, you may have a new character. And we'll all look forward to it. Yeah, secondly, though... Go on.
I will say that I just felt like, especially for this first session, I just wanted to like go balls to the wall, and I felt like everyone was sort of on the same page, just like, let's fucking go for it. Like,
Well,
see
we
what
cleared the easy floor, and we are somewhat intact. I just know that Jamal is sitting there going, oh shit, they're fucked. In the background, as he looks at your progress. We thought a couple of floors a session. Nope. We're doing the full exploration experience. I think I am going to give myself a minor bit of credit that I did make both exits look a little frightening. Which obviously produced this, we're going to search every other angle. So yeah, but acid baths. Brilliant. Absolutely love them. Right, let's see where we're at. In terms of timing and internet. Mute that side so we don't hear our sound music. Makes you want a barbecue. Why does blues mean barbecues?
Because every barbecue restaurant in the United States plays blues music.
Oh, really? Over here they
Yes.
play like classic American rock.
Oh, absolutely. If you go into a barbecue place and they're not playing blues, you should probably go.
Bear with me a second as I
They
try
don't
and
know
get
what
my
they're doing.
D key
They're
working.
not playing blues.
No dubstep happening.